play your character as stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing role-playing games since I was 12, and I'm currently 37. I've got a pretty good handle on the systems, but
Yeah,
Sometimes it's fun if you do, though. Like in my Wednesday Dark Sun game, one of the players is a half giant, and he plays him real dumb. Like as dumb as you possibly can be, as dumb as a box of rocks.
I hate that.
I am here for punching.
His stats are
Think
very, very min-maxed. Like his int is a 3, I think. He's like barely animal intelligence.
I never mind if people want to play stupid. Just don't do it where it's such a detriment that everyone at the table's like, Jesus Christ, Derek, just come on.
Yeah, and lawful stupid characters. I hate lawful stupid characters.
Yeah.
What, you've never played a paladin whose entire goal in life was to cleanse the unworthy?
Yeah.
My favorite paladins are the people who, they want to cleanse those who didn't pay them enough.
And I'm 36, by the way. I've been role playing since I was about 10 myself too.
Wow, 10, you're an early starter. I probably
Yeah,
started
well-
when I was 12.
Well, I didn't start GMing until I was maybe 12, but I started playing D&D when I was 10 because my mother took me over to to her friend's house, and her friend had 2 kids that were like 15 and 16, so they were like the epitome of cool to me. I was like, oh my god, and they played D&D, and I was like, D&D is the coolest.
Oh, hell yeah, you were right, the satanic panic moment.
Yeah.
I say your mom apparently didn't care at all about if the satanic panic came for your life.
No, my mother's gay, so she's not like that.
I get it.
Oh shit, I need to look something up.
I think I was too poor to worry about the satanic panic.
How's courage work in this? Like, does something add to your courage?
Courage
Have
is
a
like
courage?
damage resistance against psychic attacks. So if you hear the dreaded war drums of the Picts beating in the distance, and everybody's like, oh my god, the Picts are coming, you could take actual mental damage from that. But if you've got courage, it reduces the amount of damage rolled.
And what gives you courage in this?
Okay. Well, there's,
Courageous talent.
there are several ways to gain courage. One of them is like environmental. Like if you're in a fortified position and you feel secure, you have some courage.
Okay, so it's not something that I need to figure out what my stats add to it or anything like that.
Another example is a Pictish shaman had a bear totem necklace where it had like 10 bear claws from 10 different giant mountain bears that he had personally slain. And as a proof of his bravery, like when he wears that amulet that proved his valor, he gained a point of soak just from that alone.
Gotcha.
So there's ways to improve it. Mostly it's environmental. You want to have a strong fortified position to justify a little bit of soak.
I can't stop staring at that little plasma orb icon you've got on the board.
I know, right? Okay, well, hang on. I was going to do a little bit of a recap on the map here. So,
Yeah.
so here on the map, you can see the western shore of Hyboria. And so this is the Bessonian Marches down the middle here, and it is in between these 2 great rivers. The western river is known as the Thunder River, and it forms a bit of a hard border because the Thunder River, as its name implies, is a thunderous rapids that keeps any wild man who's not good at swimming from crossing very easily. So the Picts, the wild Picts, they've gone on a rampage. There was a comet in the sky, and they determined that as part of their religion, which is a lunar religion, that on the full moon, with this comet in the sky, that it was time for the beating of the war drums, and a great and charismatic leader of the Picts united the various Pictish tribes. On the map here, you can see each Pictish tribe has an animal name. There's the turtle tribe, the toucan tribe, shark tribe, wolf tribe, eagle tribe. So there's all these different tribes, and he unified a great number of them in this one great war effort. And they attacked Fort Tusculum, the furthermost borderland fort of the Aquilonian Empire. And they sacked it. But rather than killing everybody as they attacked, they started capturing people and bringing them here as part of an evil ritual, sacrificing those people to their dark deity Yog-Sothoth. So there's some evil magic going on, and due to this like great evil magic that they've been casting, it actually pulled the comet down out of the heavens and it landed here in the Pictish Wilderlands. So this is actually where the comet has impacted the ground, and it's caused a huge crater and destroyed several of the Pictish tribes. And it's created all these wildfires that are spread throughout the Pictish wilderness. Now, everybody who's not a Pict, they had to flee, so all the farmers that lived in the nearby farms here on the borderlands and any survivors from Fort Tusculum, they all had to book it for Fort Velitrium, which is a decent-sized town with a wall and far more defenders than Fort Tusculum had. So Velitrium is much better defended, and here they make a stand against the Picts. And that's sort of where our story picks up. The heroes, like Ian, with his character Apophis, he had previously been out and about and helped...
Count Apophis.
Count Apophis had been traveling in Conan province and found a farm that had been sacked by the Picts and rescued a small girl. And the most exciting part of that was it wasn't just the Picts. Many of the Picts that were there had been torn apart. In fact, it was a Shoggoth. The Shoggoth fell to the earth along with all the star metal fragments from the comet. So, an unnatural and alien creature, an abomination, lurks out there in the wilderness. One of many, perhaps. So, the star metal is also incredibly valuable and can be used to make what passes for magic items in this setting. So, a valuable thing to collect if you can get your hands on some of that star metal, but also probably guarded by a Shoggoth, so you don't want to deal with that.
Two very quick questions. One, when you were young, did you watch the Conan cartoon show, where that revolved around Conan making a sort of star metal and hunting down ancient ones?
Yes.
Because that was one of my favorite shows in history. The other thing is, how pissed would you be if you were born in the otter tribe? Just of all the animals that you could possibly be part of, the otter tribe.
Otters are cool, man. Stop it.
I mean, they're adorable, but you're part of the otter tribe, and like you have to deal with your neighbors, the panther tribe.
I assume you have to hunt whatever your tribe is named after, so I feel bad for the shark tribe.
I mean, that is another way to look at it. Maybe you're really lucky.
Like, the otter tribe, they have it easy. They're just chilling by the river. They occasionally, use their sling to knock out an otter and eat it.
Oh. Okay, those are my two questions. You may now continue.
Okay, so that gives you the grand overview. Now I'm going to pop over to the other map. So I like to use Tabletop Simulator because it's got this feature here. I can easily pack all that up. And then I can change the board to another one I had prepared. The city of Velitrium.
Huzzah!
Right.
City's a strong word for this map, though.
I know, right? Well, you have to factor in that you were in 10,000 BC, so the level of civilization is fairly low. Like, this is late Bronze Age, early Iron Age at best.
I miss Athens.
Alright, so here we have Velitrium. I have a couple sub-maps that are interesting here. So you've got the Rapids, the difficult Thunder River. Navigating that is tough unless you've got a very, very fast boat to get across. Lots of rowers. There's Bessonian archers all along the shoreline, and whenever they see a Pict try to swim across the river, they're going to take shots at him. And they've got those Bessonian longbows that are extremely good at long range. So they're able to pick off the Pictish stragglers on the shoreline here. And for the most part, the Picts have steered clear of coming this deep into Aquilonia. There have been many refugees that have come across the river, and they've set up a refugee camp that is just off the main road here. The main road runs through the town, through the gates that are guarded, heavily guarded by guards. There's a few little sporadic farmhouses scattered around the outside of town, and many of these people are rather upset at the number of refugees and complaining that there won't be enough food if they have to feed all these extra mouths. When you get inside, the stables are packed full of horses, and there's numerous wagons loaded with the belongings of refugees that had to abandon their livelihoods, their farms, their homes, possibly some of their family members. Many of them are covered in soot and ashes, blood-stained and bleary-eyed, and looking shocked. Many people are rather upset. The townsfolk here, they're unsure what to do. They know the Picts are out there and that war is upon them. The soldiers are training in the yard in front of the guard tower. This is the inner map for the guard tower where the leaders of town organize their battle plans. Ian is a commander. He's recently been hired as a mercenary. Count Apophis has been hired as a mercenary, and their directive was to go back across the river and do some scouting, investigate, possibly find the base of the Picts, maybe learn a little bit about the Pictish leader if you can.
And he's looking to hire people to come with him. He's looking for a replacement for his entourage.
Right. He's asked for volunteers from among the people that are already here, established in town, members of the mercenary legions. So any soldiers from among the rabble here that are willing to go on a dangerous but necessary mission into enemy territory, step forward. That's your cue.
I go with this coin.
No, there certainly is coin to be had. They will pay you. They will pay you 1 copper coin per Pictish scalp.
Sounds like you just gotta scalp a lot of people. That sounds,
So
like
a copper,
right up my alley.
a copper is worth 1/4 of a gold. So for every 4 Picts you kill, you'll get 1 gold coin.
Oh, wait. Copper's 1/4 of a gold?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I need to redo my math then.
Oh. Live and learn. Yeah, we're all getting used to the system. Don't worry about it. The main building of interest here is the Ugly Harpy. This is sort of the place where everybody in town hangs out to have a drink and some entertainment. That's where you'll find yourself most times, hanging out. Any adventurous sort, they like to come in here for a drink, relax. That would be this building right here, sort of in the main plaza near the well.
Alright, and that's where we're going to be setting our scene.
Yeah, this is where you are at now. If you've got your figurine, you can place yourself on the map somewhere.
Oh, where'd my guy go?
I'm a giant.
Plus or minus to shrink yourself. Seem to know what you're doing in here. You play a lot of Tabletop Simulator?
Yes. A lot of Kingdom Death.
Nice. I used to do a lot of Magic the Gathering on here.
Here's my character's size for reference, and I'm a small guy. You may want to make yourself a little bigger.
And your child award, Rowana. Master Apophis, can we go? I'm so bored here.
We're gathering our forces.
When did she pick up some dialect? But yes, oh, I do apologize. We should have established before the game if we had anything going on. I cannot find the thing I had either. I'm sorry.
A figurine?
Yeah, I thought I had a basic figurine, just a dude with a bow.
Oh yeah, I picked one out for you. What happened to that? Weren't you here in town?
Something.
Let's see, I thought you were with everybody just outside town, and then I had, like, moved all the figurines.
Yeah, things get shuffled. It's fine. I can grab just about anything, so give me a moment. Because the figurine's not like, we can't perfectly get as accurate as we want, but...
Well, alright, hang on. Because I've got these. These are the battle ones. And they have the health bars on them. So this is the figurine that you had last time. If you want to still use it, it's this one.
Oh yeah, anything works. Where is it? Hang on. Let's count Julius. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. All right, so if we are in the bar, I imagine we just see a fop walk in with his protege.
Actually, here, I'm gonna grab your figurine for a second. How many vigor have you got?
Mine is 10.
I
10
don't know.
vigor.
Biltakis's vigor. He's got 15. Wow.
Yep.
Strong
I'm
boy.
a hardy man.
So 15, and then you've got 8. That is not as good.
Yes, as long as we don't run into any wizards, I should be fine.
Alrighty.
What are the chances of that?
What are the chances? Let's see. So yes. I don't know if you want to take the scene first, or if it doesn't matter.
Hang on, this requires just a little bit of adjustment. Let's see, height up, and then click the little button, turn on bar 2, raise it a little bit, rotate it a little bit. Oh, it goes up by such tiny increments. That's probably good.
I think my graphics card is giving me a little hell today, because sometimes when I scroll across the board, it's clipping. There we go. Okay. Might just be me. Alright.
Alright, so Biltakis, you're here. There are new faces. They just came into town. And already they have rank. Impressive.
Okay, is Julius joining us?
Yes. Again, I'm having a clipping issue. Can, GM, can I bother you to grab the token and just move it for a moment, see if that's my problem?
Yeah, where's he at?
I think he was back towards the front of town. Hang on. Now I've confused myself turning around.
He disappeared.
Yeah, what's up?
Glitched. Okay, hang on. Let me get you another one.
So maybe it's not me. That'd be good to know.
Nah, that's not you.
But yes, Julia should be at the bar. Probably literally at the bar.
There you go.
Thank you so much. Cool. Yes. So he would just be doing a whatever.
How come
And,
I don't have a health bar? Do you guys see health bar?
This is your non-health barred figurine.
Well, I don't have a health bar figure in.
Yeah, I have it.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Mental resolve is a dump stat, apparently.
There, I'll put it in front of your name tag for when you need it. The health bars actually kind of get in the way. I like having one that doesn't have the health bar. It's sort of shitty for roleplay.
Okay, so the two of you.
Yes, sorry, I'm trying to still transfer stuff over to my sheet, so I'm
You're good.
slightly less talkative than I would normally be.
Alright, I can start then. So yes, Julia sees this gentleman walk in, who's wearing too much finery and has a badge, which is never a good sign if someone like that's coming into a bar.
And he has a small girl with him, a small redheaded girl. I should describe myself for Jason.
Absolutely.
So my character is kind of not particularly tall, like maybe 5'9", 5'8". He's bald. He has a mustache and goatee. And he is dressed in silken finery, fine silk clothes.
I imagine Ming the Merciless from the old Flash Gordon movie from the 80s.
It's a little like that, but a little more commonplace than that. And at his side is a little girl with red hair, and she is carrying his bag for him.
She pouts. She seems bored and itching to do anything but hang out here in this dusty old bar.
So, if the two of you will join me, I can get you an acting rank in the army, and you will be able to equip yourselves at the, is it called quartermaster?
Yes, sir. The quartermaster can supply you with whatever gear you need.
And you can equip yourselves at the quartermaster. So are you ready to fight Pictish hordes?
The gentleman, who hasn't even given you his name yet, says a very interesting conscription sort of model. Already part of the army, sir, as it would be. Are you paying personally, or...?
We'll be splitting the rewards.
Oh, it's that kind of game. Well, at any rate, what's your outfit?
Just what you see here.
You ought to give yourselves a name. Every good adventuring group needs a name to identify yourselves. That way you'll build up renown with the peasant folk.
Oh, so you're just starting your group.
Like Griffin had the Band of the Hawk in Berserk.
You don't have any feats under your name or any
No,
really to give.
I had a group before, but they are retiring officially. But I am pressing on.
He holds up both of his hands and does air quotes. It says retiring or...
For
really
reference,
retired?
his retired group members are these two sitting at the table right here and here.
And this guy over here.
And him.
Oh, okay. So living people that you can point to. That provides a little bit more confidence. Good to know.
Yeah, I will point them out. No, they're literally retiring.
No, that's not usually what people mean. I'm a little bit more okay with this at this point now.
Julius can't help but smirk at all of you, just because it seems a little absurd. No one just retires. But sure.
Excellent. So the two of you are ready and willing to slay the Pictish hordes.
I slay what gives me coin.
And whatever else might present itself in the Pictish wilderness.
That accent is great. It's like if Sean Connery was a barbarian.
because we will be hunting creatures of a different sort as well.
Like what? Do you have any specifics?
I'll explain it to you on the way.
Only a fool goes into battle against something that he doesn't know.
I agree with this other random gentleman.
Beltakis.
Well, then I'm specifically looking for fools to join me.
Julius raises an eyebrow. How much would you say your outfit's worth? Just in case someone has to, take word back here.
I am Count Apophis of Stygia.
Stygian robes probably go for quite a few coins.
Yes, Julius says, so probably 5 gold coins. Well, I'm fool enough to want someone else lead the way.
I'll give a badge to Beldakis. Is his name Beldakis?
Beltakis.
Beldakis. I'll give you a
Hello,
badge.
whatever. Or hey, guy with the sword. Any of those really work. Some people call me the hangman.
Beltakis will do just fine.
The gentleman in the fur-lined cloak kind of nods a bit and asks, why do they call you the hangman?
He motions to the noose that he has on his hip.
Hmm. Usually a hangman's a respectable sort of business.
I am not respectable.
Your words, not mine, sir.
Indeed, but you will be, because you'll be traveling with me, and I'm Count Apophis.
Count of what?
Count of Stygia.
What is Beltakis' last name? Beltakis of something?
I don't know. He's a mercenary, so let's see. For the
Do you just
background,
want to do Beltakis of Koth? That's sort of like
Sure.
surname of
Yeah.
land location is generally the
He
style.
just goes very basic. I don't know. Part of the war story was stranded in the wastelands. I like the idea that he is either a deserter or an exiled mercenary in some way, shape, or form. So probably doesn't want to give a full real name.
Well then, let's go to the quartermaster and get you equipped, shall we?
Very well. My sword is dented and my rope is torn. I'll need them replaced if we're gonna go hunt anything stronger than a Pict.
Julius kicks towards his side, just under the white furred cloak that he has, to reveal a very nice-looking crossbow, and clicks his tongue at you before saying, "I'm good. Whenever you're ready to head out, oh, Count."
Well, come with us regardless. And I'll head out and head towards the quartermaster, which is where in town?
All right. So if you want to go to the quartermaster, you have to go towards the main building. It's gonna be over here.
Okay. Then I walk towards there.
All right. Put yourself here on the map,
Where?
down in the corner here.
I'm not seeing your ping.
It's all right.
Oh, way over there in the map there. I see.
One thing that I have not been able to find statistics for that came up on my sheet was a suit of mail.
Suit of mail. All right. So,
Is it heavy? Do you know if it's heavy or very heavy?
I
Oh,
think
wait, I can
that
find it
just
right
gives you like 3 in all slots if you're wearing like full plate.
Okay, that's
Yep.
I thought
heavy
that's
and
what it
noisy.
said. All right, just making sure. Thank you.
You have a lot of brawn, so wearing full plate's not gonna like overload you. It's like the abstraction of the weight you can carry is basically like the item has a, what is it, like a 6 or an 8, something like that, and then you've got your brawn of 14, which means you could
Okay.
carry like an additional like 8 items.
I have it is apparently a 7.
7?
Weight.
Okay, so you could carry
you know
an
if
additional
you're-
5 items.
Forgive me. Do you know if your armor is heavy or noisy? Because you usually get one or the other for a 3 soak item. Counts as heavy armor.
Oh yeah, this it's true. It does say heavy or noisy. Yeah, we'll go with heavy.
Okay. Yeah. Heavy just says that if you have 3 or more of your locations covered on your body, whenever you suffer 1 fatigue, you suffer 1 additional fatigue.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, super easy. As long as it's not noisy, you really don't have to worry about nothing but else.
I
And
think the full plate armor counts as very heavy. What does very heavy do?
So very heavy is if it was 4 in all locations.
Yeah.
Heavy looks like it's 3 in all locations.
I was going to ask,
Huh.
when we're very sleepy and we're rolling Constitution saves, shouldn't that be against fatigue and not against falling asleep?
Maybe.
Probably. I don't actually know how much fatigue you can suffer until you do naturally conk out. But that's a whole bunch of weeds in the rules that we don't need to get into.
I have to admit, I was kind of winging it there.
Yeah.
You're fine.
So
The guy-
don't worry about the nitty gritty of it too much.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt things. I'm just trying to
No, you're fine.
still
We're all
trying to
somewhere.
figure out the book.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So if you've got 3s, that's torso, arms, legs,
Yeah, so the
Um,
heavy rule applies to you if you got 3 parts covered.
so do you have a helmet as well?
I don't believe I do have a helmet.
All right, so
Well,
then your head would
so
not have 3.
it said 3 to all locations, but I don't know if the helmet is a
Okay,
quote
then
unquote special location.
then it would come with a helmet or coif, your choice.
Mhm.
So coif would
Okay.
be like with chainmail armor.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yep. It's not too simulationist when it comes to like what you're carrying and how you're moving.
Okay.
So don't stress too much. Just know that if you suffer fatigue once, you add an additional fatigue just because your armor is heavy.
All right, it's been
Understood.
15 minutes and we haven't done anything, so let's go.
What do you mean you haven't done anything? You met at the bar, you formed a party, and you've gone to the quartermaster.
We've done
Oh.
so much.
Truly. And we mugged quite a bit.
The guard standing before the building says, "Who goes there?" The other one says, "Shut your mouth, can't you see his badge?" The other says, "Ah, right, right." This one steps aside and he'll salute.
I'll just nod back to him as I pass.
All right. Ahead, there's a row of topiary gardens that have been shaped, and there's a twisting path. You'll go past a yard where you can see one of the knights. He's decked out in the full plate, heavy armor, and he's training against a soldier. He'll see you pass, and he'll say, "Ah, if you're headed to the quartermaster, it's just around the stone building there on the other side. Go past the pillars, and you'll see the door up the stairs. Big double doors, you can't miss it."
Okay, so I will head to the big double doors.
Over here you go sort of through these pillars under an awning and into a courtyard. Over here there's a glorious garden with sort of a, what do you call that? Like a pond full of fish, like a koi pond sort of deal in the middle there with a bunch of frogs. There's a big set of double doors. Well, that didn't work. I tried to open the door and it disappeared into the abyss. The door explodes from existence. Anyway, imagine there's a door here. So you step up inside. There's a warehouse. The warehouse is full of boxes. Use your imagination. I didn't put them on the map here, but so there's
Look at all these boxes.
an array of racks with a variety of weapons and suits of armor on stands. And here there's a desk with a man seated behind the desk, and he is the quartermaster. And he says, "Ah, the new recruits. I was told you'd be coming for a special operation and that you'd have the run of the place. Take what you need, but not more than you can carry."
Very well. Any limits on what we have access to by our rank or anything of the like?
So it's all pretty standard fare. So he wouldn't have anything special or fancy or unique or like anything out of the ordinary. He wouldn't have, but standard issue stuff, he's bound to have it. Swords, spears, shields, light, medium, and heavy armors, you name it. They have a wide variety of gear for the mercenaries that they hire.
Does he have climbing gear?
Climbing gear, yeah, they would have that. When
I will-
they do sieges and things, they'd need any kind of stuff like that for getting up the wall, ladders and ropes and grappling hooks and all that.
I will take a climbing gear kit. And I'll take my my new rope that I tie into a noose.
Yeah, all right.
And Julius would just comment, "You're pretty fast at that."
Yes, well, you do it often enough, especially in a battle. You gotta really get used to it. You know, you use it once, somebody cuts the rope, and then you gotta tie a new one. Learn to do it with one hand too.
That is pretty good. Last time I was at a hanging, the headsman seemed, I don't know, a little less cheery about the whole situation. Job's a job, though.
I mean, you gotta love what you do.
Biltakis, can you describe your character for me?
Sure. He is a actually fairly short guy for his level of brawn. He's probably like 5'5", long black hair, and he's just like, you know, Wolverine from the comics, just a short, wide little guy,
Yep.
with just a coil of rope at one side, a broadsword on the other side, a javelin across his back. Kind of just looks decked out for a fight. Whip that is across his lower back, and a backpack that or a satchel that goes across his back to just seemingly hold food and water. And he just looks perpetually angry until somebody started asking about his noose and his noose technique, at which point he seemed to cheer up a little bit and go into a little bit more detail.
Good to know.
Okay.
I appreciate his dedication to the art.
When you love what you do, you never work a day in your life.
I suppose that's true, eh? And while we're standing here and just describing it, you can see Julius is otherwise fair skin, fair eyes, but dark hair, average height, give or take, and seems to not have money, but the few things he does have are well maintained. Specifically, has otherwise basic kind of lightly padded armor on his body. Looks like he does stuff outside, or at least on appearance. And has a nice thick wool cloak around his neck that covers his back, trimmed with white fox fur. Could come from the far north, or maybe a little closer to home. Simple as.
All right. Is there anything else you require, Beltugas?
I do not believe so, unless, of course, you just have extra water and food, since we are heading out into the middle of Pict territory.
And the quartermaster scoffs and says, we haven't got any of that available here, I'm afraid. We don't keep any perishable goods. All you'll find here is steel and blades and sturdy wooden shields and the like.
And I say, don't worry about it. I'll take care of you. We can hunt if nothing else.
I've heard of what your mission is. Dangerous mission, that, going west now that the Picts have raided. We desperately need to know what's going on out further west of here, though. I commend you all, brave men, one and all.
How do horses do in that area, if you're familiar with it?
Quite well.
I have a horse, but not sure how he's going to do where we're going. But if you're saying the horses do fine, should all be good.
I travel with a camel, and he does quite fine in this environment. I'm sure your horse will be fine.
It's more marshy to the east. Here, it's open plains. When you go further west, it's old forest, and then mountainous forest, and then the deep mountains.
Do we know anything about the path that we're taking, where we would know it's a bad idea to take a beast of burden with us? Like, if you're going to high mountains, you probably don't want a horse, kind of thing.
The high mountains, maybe not. The forests and stuff, you can get away with it. You just have to move carefully. You probably can't ride the horse in some of the rough parts. As long as you get off your horse, they move about the same speed as you. You just want to make sure they don't, like, break a hoof.
Okay. I mean, if that's the case, then I'll ask, do we have a place that I can stable my beast while I'm gone?
If you want to leave an animal behind, the stable's here, we'll hold it.
Julius does advise against that, saying that we have a lot of terrain to cover if we're going to get to the Pictish Wilds.
Yes, you should bring your steed.
Very well.
It's a good idea just to have it, at least as a pack animal, to carry your food and water, because those things can be heavy.
And at a bare minimum, Julius offers, if we run out of food, and if we have no luck with game, well, there's always horse.
We will not be eating Charisse.
Julius holds up his hands in a sort of defensive stance, like, yeah, of course, of course.
So the quartermaster's going to say, have you got a plan? What are you going to do once you've crossed the river?
Have we got a what?
A plan.
Okay.
A strategy.
I look at our count.
Ditto.
expectantly.
We have everything we need, and it is under control. We'll take care of it step by step.
As you say, sir.
And for now, we must away.
Julius wants to mutter to his fellow knight and say, I think we don't have a plan all the way yet.
I'm getting that feeling too. Maybe me and you should come up with one just in case.
I'm almost in it more for the adventure at this point.
Sorry, keep going.
No, Julius just mugging to you, and he's more in for the adventure right now. Very curious what sort of monsters he keeps talking about. Want to see it with my own eyes. It'll be a good story.
Quartermaster, I don't suppose you have a map or anything of the area that we're headed to. I know it's the Pictish Wilds, but even a general one.
He can provide you with a limited map, but it covers more to the east than it does to the west. Once it gets into the mountains, into the Pictish wilderness, it's very sketchy at best, listing only potential areas where the tribes are known to travel, but they tend to be nomadic, moving with herds of things that they hunt, and not necessarily setting up an established town that you could pinpoint. They just know. They've encountered them in the past in some of these areas. There's like one tribe they have trade with. I forget which one it is.
I mean, anything that you can give me would be preferable to having nothing.
All right. Yeah, he's got a backup map he can share.
And then... Oh, and one last thing. Any tools that I can add to this ink and whatnot so that I can keep the map moving. If nothing else, I'll bring back to you a more complete map than what you had.
What do you need? We have shovels, we have hammers, we have ladders, we have poles.
He needs ink and a quill.
Ink and a quill.
Oh, like writing tools.
Yes.
He offers you some of the writing tools from his desk and says, well, I suppose I can get these resupplied. We don't have many of these around, so use it wisely.
I really enjoy the idea that I asked him for writing tools, and he said, well, do you need a shovel?
Sorry, I just heard tools.
You're fine.
I just heard tools, so I thought you just meant any tools.
No, you're absolutely fine. I really like the idea of just saying to somebody, do you have any writing tools? Well, I have this shovel.
Yeah, you could write very large in the ground with a shovel.
Slap a tree to write an X on it with the shovel and there you go. Now we're halfway there.
All right, we must leave now if we're to make good ground.
Understood.
If you would say so.
Okay, so I lead everyone out to the stables.
All right, so we're on our way.
Do you have Rowana following us behind with a pair of coconuts, just clacking them along until we find horses?
No.
I really tried hard not to bring up the coconuts. Thank you, sir.
Mjolnir? That is amazing.
Technically, no more mule. This character has a riding horse, but you know what? We're gonna keep Mjolnir. Just because we already have the token. Do forgive me, but I'm having trouble, it seems, bouncing around the map and moving stuff. Just not the map, though. On the edges, I'm not having any problem.
Yeah, that happens sometimes when you have tons of figures, if your connection to the host isn't great.
That might be the problem. I do apologize. Just know that I am following, even if it doesn't physically look like I'm following.
Okay, so I say we head out of town and just start making our way towards the Pictish Wildland.
That's weird. What I've noticed is it's glitching and it's not giving me any right-click menus for some reason.
I seem to be fine if I click anywhere that's not on the map in the center of the table. Like, I'm fine around the edges.
All right,
But
hang on. Let me try something out. All right.
So if you want to save things, close it, reopen it, see how it works.
Let me pack the zone. All right.
light rain.
I'm gonna try reloading it, see if that fixes it.
Hope.
Oh, don't tell me you did that before saving my character sheet edits.
I just saved it. It should be identical
there you
to
go. Okay,
just a
good.
moment ago.
You're like, oh, god fucking damn it.
No. I'm not loading an old save. I'm loading a just now save.
I technically no longer see anything.
Yeah, it hasn't loaded yet. I'm just opening the menu right now. I've got a little hidden area over here where I've got a menu with all the maps, and so I'm going back to the Velitrium map, and then I'll hit build, and it should bring everything back.
Ahoy.
All right. Can you interact with stuff better now?
Yes, that's helpful.
Cool. All right. Well, glad
Let's
that fixed it.
see. I do not know where my character went, though. That was him again. I see a Mjolnir. Am I around here? That's a refugee. I lost my token again. Forgive me. Oh, there it is. I think I was with the quartermaster still. Cool. I can pick it up again. Huzzah! Alrighty-o.
Here, I'm turning on some permissions that were not turned on.
Yep.
All right. I think that should help.
I do enjoy balancing it. I also do enjoy that this system gives everyone riding animals pretty liberally.
Yeah, it does.
Too many times the system's like, here's a ton of rules for riding, but getting an animal is going to be so hell that you won't even bother with it.
Either that, or it's a system where if you have a riding animal, the chances of it surviving your trip are basically zero.
Yes. It dies every complication.
So let's head out to the big map.
All right. For that, everybody needs to get their figurine off this table. So grab all your stuff, move it off to the sideline. There's like a wooden border around the map where it's safe. Anything that's on this darker area in the middle of the table is going to get saved away in a bag. So you just want to make sure you grab yourself, grab your animals, grab your NPC allies like Rwana. And when everybody's good and off the table, I'll swap it over to more of a wilderness travel map. Are we good?
I'm good.
Everyone?
Feeling good.
Okay. All right. So, theater of the mind for a second. Before I actually bring up a map, let's just look at the Thunder River there. So the Thunder River is very difficult to cross. They have a very fast boat, which is up on the shore. And so they're going to put it at the dock here, and they're going to put a bunch of men with oars. And they're going to power row the shit out of it so that they can cross the river and get you to the other side. And then they're going to offload you. It's a fairly large longship. It's heavy, and it can hold a lot of men and the animals. So your horses or donkeys are transported, and you arrive on the far shore, traveling westward across the plains towards Fort Tusculum.
So
All right.
far, so good.
So after that,
So you said westward towards Fort Tusculum?
yeah.
Okay.
All right. So here we've got the local world map.
Still on fire, I see. Ah, Fort Tusculum.
Must have been a coal mine there.
All right.
It
so
all begins so well.
there, you can keep your figurine for now. So the party has just crossed the river, and you're on the Settlers' Road. You can see the vast plains of the Westmark, and west of here, along this road, you know you'll hit Fort Tusculum if you keep going. Although it's quite a ways to go. You'll be traveling all day. You probably set out early in the morning, so you've got the sun at your back, and you're traveling into the west. And all right.
I'm sorry, is that a toucan?
Yeah, they were Toucan were one of the tribes. It's just like the otter tribe. Just imagine if that was you.
I get the otter, I get the wildcat, maybe the turtle, possibly, but there are not toucans laying around this area, are there?
All right. You set out on your journey. Everybody gains 1 fortune. So grab your fortune off the table here.
Huzzah!
Wait,
So I should have a total of 3 then?
Yeah.
shouldn't I have a total of 4 now?
You start with 3 and you just gain 1. You should have 4. Are you missing 1? Here.
I am missing one somehow.
There you go.
Thank you. I don't know what happened to it. I put it there earlier, but it just disappeared.
All right.
Oh, and this was falling off the table. I don't-
Landed on the chair safely.
There we go.
All right. So traveling into the west.
A journey to the west.
How far do we get before nightfall?
You're crossing the vast plains, and you can see some farmland up ahead after many hours of travel. You seem to recall that you passed these farms on your evacuation after realizing Fort Tusculum was burning. So these places had been pillaged previously. Are you sure you want to go right through the inhabited area here, or do you want to deviate? Stick into the road? What's your plan?
We look at the count.
We should probably go off-road to the north and go across the plains.
Would that be better time on our horses?
It wouldn't be better time, but we'd be less likely to be noticed by Pictish raiding parties.
That is a fair assessment. My only concern.
All right.
Do you have any idea of what the thickness of this wood's going to be like?
Hang on. Just then, I'm going to spend these 2 doom here. The sky darkens, and it begins to rain.
You have to spend doom to make it rain?
Well, it's got effects. Makes
Does
the
it
ground
make-
muddy. It makes you uncomfortably wet.
Yeah. No, I was just... It's interesting.
Creating environmental hazards is one of the uses of doom.
Yep. And this is a very, very potent hazard to our little horses.
Camel.
We should not ride the horses through the woods. We should lead them.
So even off-road here, you're still in the open plain, so you should be fine. So
Yeah.
you go off-road, you travel a ways to the north. You encounter a small herd of 3 regular horses that are in the plains here. Do you wish to pursue these horses?
Do they have barding or anything on them, or do they just look like they are wild horses?
These are wild horses of the Westermark. They'd be difficult to tame, but if you capture them, it's a valuable thing that you could keep or sell.
They could also be food.
They could be food, they could be backup horses. If you ride your horse hard all day, you might need to swap to another horse to make better time.
But then we'd be leaving our horse somewhere in the middle of the woods.
That's true, that's true. Sometimes if
Yeah.
there are people that are like messengers, though, they'll have farmers they know where they'll have horses that are ready to go, so they can ride their horse in at top speed, and it's all like sweating and breathing hard, and they just hop on this other ready horse and take off, so they can make really good time delivering messages from place to place.
Of course, but that's more Pony Express, and I think right now we are we
Right.
are like tier D lift reconnaissance.
I'll mark that on the map that I'm now maintaining that there is a herd of horses that seem to frequent this area.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, am I right to assume that you're kind of trying to go in like the diagonal direction like this?
No,
No? No? What do you want to do? You just want to
We're-
avoid the
we're
town
gonna
and then
keep
go
going.
hard west?
we're gonna go hard west. Yeah.
Alright. So I'll just have you start cutting across this way.
Are you trying to get close enough to Fort Tusculum that we can see what's happening there with the flames, or
No,
are you just trying?
I'm avoiding Fort Tusculum altogether. We won't be able to see it from where we are.
Why are we avoiding the fort? I thought we had to scout it out.
No, we're going beyond the fort into the Pictish wilderness.
Julius shrugs and makes sure his bow is tight to his back. Says, "On your mark, then, Captain."
I think it might be interesting to at least gather some information if there's a ridge or something we can view it from. See exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
If there's
indeed.
war banners or whatnot.
There is, in fact, a ridge, and you might be able to spy on Fort Tusculum from right here if you approached it.
I can tell you right now, Fort Tusculum is completely taken by the Picts. They have their war banners up and everything.
Is it taken or is it under siege?
Taken.
Oh my.
Last time he looked at the walls, the Picts had already gotten up over the walls and just were, like, the whole horde of Picts were getting into the building and capturing everyone. The defenders on the walls were giving it their last desperate effort, but it was about to be totally captured.
Yeah, it's taken. Take
anyone-
my word for it.
Did you see anyone escape the town to the north or the south or the east?
To the east, several villagers went to Velitrium. Several refugees escaped to Velitrium. That's what the refugees were doing outside of Velitrium when we left.
Understood. Well, if you already know the area, then I'd say take us away. If you do not feel that there would be any value in learning what the Picts are doing if they're fortifying or whatnot.
Julius agrees, but does say the Picts are usually at a very considerable game of just destroying whatever they get their disgusting little hands on. You can almost be assured of that, Sir Knight.
Okay, so we travel onward. Are you beating a dead deer?
What was that?
I'm talking to the GM as beating a dead deer.
I guess so. It's, like, weird, because it's not letting me pick it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, because normally I can just pick things up.
That figurine's dead.
He's going.
Try hitting F to flip it. Maybe it'll fix it.
There, I can do that. There we go.
He is going. Is there actually a system in here for, like, every so often you ride, you burn through so much resources? Or are we winging that?
You have to eat probably at least once every 3 days. You want to eat every day, but if it's unavailable, after 3 days you die. Well, you wouldn't. Okay, without water you die in 3 days. Without food you die in like 3 weeks.
In game or?
Yeah, in game.
Okay, I'm like, now you could usually go for like about a week and a half without water, up to a month without food, really, as long as you have water.
Yeah, but after I'm out of food for like 2 days, I start feeling weak. I mean,
If I don't
Right.
eat for like 6 hours, I'd just become sad.
I mean, we are Americans, do not get me wrong. I try to get my 2 to 3 square meals a day, but the human body can push pretty good, pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean it's doable. I did a 3-month juice fast once.
okay, we travel.
Yeah, I can move it again. I wonder if that's just lag or what. So you're approaching the Black River.
What time of day is it?
It is probably late afternoon.
Okay.
If you attempt to cross the river now, it'll probably get dark while you're going across. And also you don't have the benefit of a boat, so you're gonna have to come up with a solution to that here.
How wide is the river?
The Black River is more narrow and slow than the Thunder River is.
Are there trees?
Trees that can go all the way across the river? No.
Not that can go all the way across the river, just trees in general. Like a sturdy tree on one side or the other.
Well, the wilderness, the Pictish wilderness, it is very tree-covered on that side of the river. This side, there are sparse trees, but it's more of a plain.
Okay. I will use my noose and just look for a tree that I can try to, like, throw the noose across the river and, like, lasso a branch or something sturdy, and then pull it taut.
I suggest we lay out camp here, and do this in the morning.
Very well.
Just double check. It is midday, correct? Like
No. You've been traveling for hours and hours. It took you a long time to go from Velitrium over here to near Fort Tuscalan.
So the sun is setting.
Yeah.
He said if we try to cross the river, it'll be dark by the time we get to the other side.
Right. Another thing I'm worried about, because I know it is raining heavy thanks to the doom, has that disrupted the bank and caused, like, overflow of the river, or what are we at here?
It has increased the difficulty of a swim.
Okay. Alright.
You can tell that the water is moving pretty quick.
I would suggest that we camp a little away from the river, being that flash floods are a thing.
Agreed.
Which of you are good at the whole wilderness survival thing? I'm used to traveling with a group that has people for that.
Let me look at my character sheet.
Julius looks around and says, "Well, I thought that's what the girl was for."
Yeah, just have
She
her
looks
set
like
fire
she
to
can
everything.
Yeah, she looks like she's sturdy enough to chomp down some kind of encampment. Wait, is she not a serf?
But she doesn't have an axe.
Is survival a thing?
Survival is a thing. It's under awareness.
Your awareness. Oh,
I don't know if survival is for, like, breaking camp, though. I thought survival was more about, like, actually...
Oh boy,
like,
that is
searching
not your best skill.
That is not my best skill.
7. Oof.
No, it's 6.
Oh, I've got an 8. Am I our survivalist with an 8?
Probably not. But Julius will look to all of you and then his cape and say, "Fine. If we're looking for something sturdy and that'll keep us dry overnight, I can possibly lead you around. I'm going to demand compensation for this, though."
I will assist you in setting up, being that we were, and he looks at the count, underprepared for a night in the woods.
And Julius looks to you, and he's definitely not giving you the whole truth, and he's definitely concealing a little bit more of his skill. So yeah, I'm gonna do a survival. If I do survival with assistance, that adds 1 die, correct?
You could do, like, yeah, if somebody's helping you.
Yeah, because
they add 1 dice.
Sir Knight wants to help.
I'll help too, just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
But, like, they're rolling the dice, and then they can add the momentum if they succeed to you.
Gotcha. So everybody's rolling.
So, like, if they're really bad at survival, they're probably not going to be that helpful.
I got a success.
Well, let's say with an 8.
Oh, I thought I was gonna roll. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
I'll say I've got a 40% chance to roll.
I'm aiding you. I got a 6, so I got a success.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
To aid you.
Alright. So just 2 die. Let's do it. Do. And what do we got? We got a... Well, that's terrible.
A success and a complication.
Is that two successes?
Okay.
It is 2... I got 2 success because I crit, but I got 1 complication.
Okay, so a level 2 success with a complication. I'm gonna say what it is that you You find a real big old tree along the river that's actually died, and it's hollow inside, and would make like a perfect shelter from the storm. You'll have to squeeze a bit for all of you to get in there, and the animals will still have to be outside under the shelter of the branches of the tree, maybe.
Okay, well, I'll tie up the animals, and I'll fit myself into the tree with Rowana with me.
Oh no, you stumbled into poison ivy.
Oh, have I?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
That's all of us, yeah, because we're all inside the tree.
There is poison ivy inside, so anybody who's gone inside the tree without it being removed yet is going to get itchy welts.
I'm going to warn everyone that there's poison ivy in here first, and then I'll hack it out and throw it out before anyone else gets in.
Okay, once clearing it of poison ivy, it's relatively safe to camp it.
Also, you sure that Apophis should suffer the poison ivy? I got the complication.
Yeah, you're right. It should probably be you. You found it and you climbed in and you touched it first.
Yes, and then between a lot of screaming and a little bit of cursing, some interesting words if you don't speak Cimmerian, then yes.
Oh, hang on.
I explain.
I'm gonna spend a doom, and I'm gonna say that. All right, the duration of the itchiness is gonna be like long, and it's going to inflict a tiny bit of stress damage.
That's fair. I figured that would be the best thing. So what? Add 1 or 2 to the resolve.
All right. See
Okay,
if
how much?
roll.
1, 1, 2.
Okay, so it does 4 resolve damage,
Oh wow, that's a lot for me.
but it has no other effects.
Huzzah! Is it right? Every 5 you hit, that would be a trauma
Yeah.
Yeah.
until healed.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Arguable. I'm down to half.
Oh, no. So there's ways to deal with stuff like that. So you can spend some of your momentum to heal, like 1 point at a time, and you can have somebody treat you.
I don't actually know what's gonna go on there. I don't know if we have any momentum stored yet. We haven't really made any rolls. Well, we made that roll. What was the difficulty of that actually? 1 or 2? Because we got 3 successes, so some of that should have turned into momentum.
You mean for looking for shelter?
Yes, when we did the subometer.
I was actually like, depending on your success, I was gonna give you a better shelter. So
Okay.
like, if you had gotten a 1, it was just gonna be like equivalent to maybe a lean-to, and if you got a 2, it was gonna be like an actual shelter. And then like, I don't know,
Makes
if you got like 3 successes, it would be like a really nice cave to sleep in. And if you got 4 successes, it would be a cave that somebody had camped in before with a fully prepared campsite.
Yeah, so we got 3 success plus the complication. So, decent shelter for us, and a little poison ivy for Julius.
So how do you go about healing someone's resolve in this?
Okay. So when your resolve is damaged, like, you have to use a counsel, which is a personality skill.
Yeah.
So you make a personality counsel check, and the number of momentum you generate is like the number of resolve you heal, I think.
Gotcha. Okay. I see, because I know the healing skill is obviously for like healing.
Physical. Yeah.
But I was like, okay, so what? It's not a heal the mind skill, so.
Well, it kind of is counseling.
Okay.
Psychiatry.
Well, I meant by name. Like, there wasn't like a really obvious name that was like sitting out there that called out to me.
Right.
But
Yeah, there wasn't.
I get it, yeah.
Counsel's kind of like also your therapy. It can soothe your broken ego or your broken mind.
Okay.
Yeah, and then healing itself is obviously physical.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay, we camp.
You camped. All right. It rained. I'm not gonna spend any doom. So during the night.
Oh, I would like to, because the character is already suffering from so much resolve damage, I would like to say he's not really getting any rest, and also he is the general survivalist. He understands the forest and woods better than everybody else. So, I'd like to put him as a point person on like pseudo lookout. He's looking out, but also it's mostly can't sleep from the scratching and itching.
Got you. All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a good RP excuse to be on lookout. So you're watching, and during the night, I was gonna have some Picts surprise you, but because you're on watch, you actually spot them in the distance. They had like a little bit of a torch, and they were moving from the south, from Fort Tusculum. Like it seemed like a bit of a search party, and they smothered their torches when they approached. So you feel like they're trying to come attack you and maybe ambush your party during the night.
Yeah, no. And the last thing we need to do is get scalped. That's almost 1 gold worth of scalps here. This is no good. In that case, yes. So very quietly, very carefully, Julius is going to shake Sir Knight. I also imagine we have to take our armor off to sleep. Is that correct? Or at least heavy armor. I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to sleep in heavy armor. It would not be good.
It works.
Yeah,
I have.
I don't want to get too into the weeds. Sorry.
That's fine. I have my hawbuck that I can wear at night. My light armor.
And Julius gently shakes the fop, and then vigorously shakes Sir Knight, and tells him, covers Sir Knight's mouth, and says, "Carefully, we are being intruded upon."
He sits up and he picks up his rope.
You don't wake up office?
I did, yes. I said I gently shake the fop and vigorously shake the Sir Knight.
Oh, you're calling me a fop now.
You're kind of foppish.
Yeah, not.
You wear real clothes. They're not even covered in animal faces.
Wait, they don't have animal faces on them? What are you, disgusting?
Crazy, right? Who doesn't leave the heads on? That shows you really did it. I bet there's some kind of silk and tweed. Ghastly. Anyway, enough mugging. Yeah, so I guess we ready up to the best of our ability, trying to be quiet.
Are we camped here or here?
Ooh, can we do, since we still have some kind of element, can we try to use observation to take the an exploit before they get to us? I know I was reading about that earlier. Give me a moment. Some good way to waylay characters, like try to get the jump on them.
Where are we camped? Right here?
I just picked the spot.
Yeah, probably in here somewhere. That's a good spot.
This looks like covered camping area was my entire reasoning.
Yep.
Okay, so the Picts are coming like this. They're spreading out. There's one group over here. There's one group over here.
I gotta tell you, these Picts just have too many people that just hang out. There's always like 6 or 7 of them. Just anyway. Yeah, so I was wondering, can we do, since we have the advantage in this case, can we make an exploit to treat this as an ambush?
Okay, yeah, you can exploit, but you can only sort of hear them at that distance. They have to get a lot closer before you're actually going to see them. It's also incredibly dark. That's going to have a big impact on being able to do anything at range. Unless you shed some light on the situation. Does anybody have a torch? I imagine you're trying to sleep, so nobody has a light right now.
And having a light would just prove dangerous if we saw that they snuffed their own light to get to us.
Right.
Because they clearly know that someone's there, probably from our horses, but they probably don't know who or what or where exactly.
And they're coming through the jungles in the night. You can hear them in that direction. They're trying to be stealthy, but you saw them coming.
In what direction are they coming from?
Julius points with his finger just in a general direction towards where he saw the left of the light.
These guys over here, that's it?
Yep.
Okay.
we should sneak away for the encampment that they're coming towards. Either pick north or south.
I say we stand right here and fight them.
Well, but then they have us flanking. If we go north, we take out one group, and then the other group has to come to help them.
The biggest problem is, can you get there without making a sound? I know I can, but can you?
I can do okay. Actually, I say that I actually have since I'm not in my heavy armor, I have a fairly decent chance.
We're going to have to let them flank us because Rowana is here, and our horses are here.
Rowana can be bait. She can take care of Shirese. I'll give her a sword.
That's an excellent idea.
Rowana does not fight.
Then Rowana can hide with the horse. We'll have to start a commotion to the north quickly to make sure that they don't come to the encampment.
I'd actually like to, since we still have this probably one moment before we get into a combat, can I try to take a shot into the dark to cause a disturbance in one area to lead them that away? GM?
You want to shoot into the darkness to create a sound to distract them?
Yes. Or at least make them think, oh, there's rustling over there, that's where they want to move to.
Sure, go for it.
Alrighty. So off to one side. I'd like to get group opinion. I'm thinking of just firing. Where's the button that lets me do the ping?
Tap.
I'm thinking of firing like right over here. Is that actually elevated ground? I can't tell.
Yeah, you are sort of.
Are we in a kill box?
You're on an elevated position. I think they're lower than you are.
Oh, we're elevated. Okay.
Ah, okay. All right,
Yeah,
cool. Yes,
this
yes.
is a bit of a rise up here.
So I would like to, which I imagine this tree is somewhere at probably what, medium distance?
If you're firing north, then are we heading south?
Let's draw some zones. See if I can get this just right here. All right, so you've got one zone that's the campsite. Like that. Maybe there's another zone that's over here. There's another zone that's over here. There's a zone that's it's like here. We'll put one here.
Cool. And Julius
down
tells Sir
here.
Knight that it's not so much that we're going to try to escape, being that we have so many things and a river at our back.
Oh, I'm not trying to escape. I'm asking if you're distracting them to the north, are we hitting them to the south?
That is your choice. Directionality doesn't matter too much to me. I'm going to knock an arrow in their head.
Then while he is doing that, I guess I would try to sneak into that zone.
All right. Well,
Alrighty-o.
so all these things that you guys are doing, you should probably roll for them because you have a chance of generating momentum. So you want to roll you want to roll the shot with the arrow.
Yes, let me take the shot first because I have a good chance of generating quite a bit of momentum, okay?
Alright.
This might be fun. So first, minor action to aim because I have that talent, haha. Which just lets me add a momentum automatically to this test.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yes, we get one momentum. I'm going to try and shoot to this zone here.
Yep.
To lead them there, and that would be medium range, so the crossbow has plenty of that. So minor action, and is there a specific for distraction, or is it just going to be a range attack against this particular area? I haven't seen a distraction skill, so, or some kind of thing I can do that is distraction.
Let's call that a cold shot. 2 momentum. You can also spend Doom, because you've only got the 1 momentum banked here.
Yeah, 2 momentum, or you mean difficulty 2?
No, it's difficulty 1 for you to hit that space, I think.
Okay. All right. Do you want?
Well, hang on. What's your weapon? Hunting bow?
Crossbow.
Crossbow has medium range, yeah. So 1 zone away is difficulty 1.
Yup. I also have shoot for the horizon, which can reduce. I can shoot long and still don't increase the difficulty.
Okay, so medium
That's
and
fun.
long is difficulty 1. That's cool.
Yes, yes. With extreme being difficulty increase. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna take a knock on the arrow. Sorry about that. Trying to just figure out what we're doing here. And I'm not going to add anything special because we just need to do a regular roll on that. Do. Nice. 2 success.
All right, 2 success. So generates 1 momentum plus the 1 you automatically generate.
Hey, yep. So I think we end up with 2 positive momentum, yeah?
Well, we had 1 to begin with.
So I think the one that you generate on your bow you have to spend right away.
Oh, okay, yeah. No problem. What do I have to spend? What can I spend a single momentum on? I don't think there's really anything I'm doing in this case, so probably not going to use it for anything.
Make a lot of noise.
Yeah, can I do that? Can I add that little bit of a narrative?
You could do confidence. It adds a morale soak. One combat dice of morale soak because you're so confident in your shot.
Sounds good.
It only lasts a turn.
I'm into it. Let's add that, just for the time being. And yes, so the arrow flies nice and steady right into the tree.
Or you could do
nice...
change stance where you go prone so they don't see you or where it came from.
Yes. I don't think I have that problem. It's going to be quite hard to see through the dark and the rain against an elevated target.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. No, I'm gonna keep standing or like crouch stance, whatever I'm shooting at from. Yeah, let's just make sure that it hits the target and it makes a good loud noise that will attract attention. And that would be everything, although that generated a little bit of momentum. So yes, if you want to do the old sneaking, you could definitely do it.
Alrighty.
Is it? I forgot. I haven't done this in a bit, so forgive me. Is it 1 momentum adds an extra die to roll?
You can spend a momentum on 1 point of damage. You can spend a momentum on withdraw. 2 for a swift action, where you get the extra standard action at increased difficulty. Second wind, you can spend a momentum to heal either your vigor or resolve by 1. That one's repeatable, and it's instant. You can use it anytime. Like so I think the way you're supposed to use second wind is like when you take enough damage that it actually causes a wound. Since you've got no vigor at that point, you would immediately spend a momentum to heal at least 1 point. And that's why it's an immediate thing that you can spend right away.
Right. No, I just can't remember. How do you get more die? Is it only from Fortune and Doom?
Fortune will give you an extra dice. Doom, momentum, multiple ways.
Yeah, so you have all those momentum. You have all those momentum, sir. So you could definitely just use whatever you need to get more die for a bigger roll.
Actually, wait. Maybe not momentum. Maybe it has to be one of your fortune for the extra d20.
General momentum. Add 1d20 to a skill test for each momentum. Is create opportunity.
Yeah, there we go. I knew it was there somewhere.
I'll say the list is create opportunity, create obstacle, obtain information, improve quality of success, increase scope of success, and reduce time required.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I've got a list, but it doesn't include those ones for some reason.
Forgive me, GM. I also thought we used to have them in front of our like character sheet because I'm looking. I gotta go back to the book now and pull out all the tables. Cause
Talking about this thing over here.
I have like 4 tables up because of the fact that I don't know the game.
Sort of my DM area has the board that's got all that information on it.
I see it.
If this battle doesn't start soon, I'm going to kill you all.
Okay, so if I'm doing a stealth forward, how many dice do I roll? I know that my target is for me is a 14 or better, or less, I should say. So how do I know how many dice I roll for a check?
You always get 2 d20, and then you can add up to 3 more to roll a total of 5 at max.
Gotcha. So I'll go for a total of 3. So I hit 3 in here.
Do you want to spend a momentum or a doom?
Yeah, I'm spending 1 momentum to have a total of 3 dice.
Okay.
So I'm using the little roller down here. I've never seen this before. So I have 3 in there, and I clicked on the d20. Oh, I just do that. Cool.
Yep. And it'll roll for you and then compile in the chat box to the lower left-hand side.
Gotcha. So 3 successes.
Nice.
As I sneak into that zone. I'm assuming I can only do one zone at a time.
Yeah. If you
Well, I think
spend
you
your
can go
action
long.
and your minor action, you can go 2. But you did a sneak as your action. So your minor
Yeah,
action was to
that's
move
true.
1, and your sneak is to do the action there.
Cool. All right. So I've got my broadsword and I've got my noose in both hands because it's a 2-hand to do that.
Here, I'm gonna give you 2 momentum for that.
Okay.
It's actually really easy not to be seen at night in the rain.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And
Yes. Forgive me. Just one more thing. The actual difficulty. I can't remember if there was a rule like if the difficulty is hidden, we get a bonus, or am I in a different game? I think that's a different game.
Yeah, I think I know what game you're talking about. That's not this one.
Yeah,
Okay.
not this one.
All right. So
Too many
I'm basically prepared in position. I've got my noose out, and I'm waiting for you guys to kick this off, or for them to stumble close enough for me to hit them.
Well, they still have to climb up the side of that hill, right?
Yep.
So, what does Apophis do?
Apophis is going to stay where he is and wait for. Well, I guess he's going to move into the next zone. And wait for these guys to attack. Actually, let me move like over here and get their attention, so that they'll have to pass you by and you can get the jump on them.
Just as a reminder, that's fine. Just as a reminder for me, within this is a close range attack.
Yeah.
And within this would be a medium attack for me.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to come here and I'm going to bide my time.
All right. Well, so the player's turn is done. The enemies are going to go. Some of the Picts heard a noise, and they're going to go over here. This Pict was sneaking over here, and he's going to begin climbing.
Should I make an observation versus sneak to see if I see him? Or I don't know how sneaking works in this one, since we kind of know they're there, but it's also dark and rainy in the forest.
Yeah, he's just moving in the dark. He's not really being stealthy.
Okay.
Alright. So, yep, he gets 2 successes. He climbs up the difficult, muddy slope, and he's going to be entering into the area here.
If he's entering the area, can I have my attack go off?
What did you ready?
A threaten.
Okay. So
I didn't say it, but I thought it was assumed.
you're just gonna try to spook him when he comes up here?
Yeah, I'm going to say, we are beyond your consciousness.
All right.
I don't understand your threat, and that makes me afraid.
Give it your best shot.
Let's see, a 6 and a 7. I think that's 2 successes. Might be more. Hang on. It's persuade. No, it's just 2 successes.
All right. That succeeds, but barely.
Oh, so it was a 2 difficulty?
Yeah. It's dark. It's hard to see your target.
Okay.
I think darkness in general is supposed to penalize all kinds of ranged attacks of any sort. If you can't see the person that's trying to scare you, they're a little less scary. Or maybe they're more scary. I don't know. I have to think about that.
Okay, so he takes 8 resolve damage.
8 resolve damage. All right. Minus his soak. Probably gonna have to do all this on a notepad because the tabletop simulator's being stupid.
No problem. Does he have more than one whole resolve wound?
Surprising if he does.
Yeah, I'd be a little scared. I'd be like, uh-oh. They sent out their top goons today.
Well, this guy's their boss. All the other guys were normal ones. The boss went in first.
At least he's a good leader.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta respect that, right?
I do. I will respect it as I put an arrow in his head. I'll never forget the name of Chief number 1 who walked out front.
All right. He gets a shocked look on his face that you can barely see in the darkness. He's mortally terrified, but it does not kill him.
Damn.
So he's a little tougher than your average no-name grunt.
Well, that's my turn. How about you, Beltakis?
Well, hang on. We're still on the enemy turn. So these
yeah, that's right,
three over
response.
here, they're going to charge in. Hearing the sound of your shout, they're going to run in. So they close the distance. Let's see. 2 are going to go here, and 1's going to run past and go here. All right, Apophis. A Pict comes screaming out of the darkness, and he swings his dagger at you with all of his might.
Are these Picts 2 stories tall, or are they just the way the token is?
This is the way the token is. Okay. He gets 1 success, and he misses in the darkness, because he can't quite see your shape in the darkness here. Over here, this one's going to attack Beltakis. He swings. He's got sort of a tomahawk, and he lets out a little war cry, and he gets 2 successes, which is enough to hit. Do you want to do a defensive action to try to do anything like a... Okay, so what you do is a parry.
Right, so I actually am set up a little bit for parry. So I believe I have deflection, defend, reaction, parry, reduce, doom added by 1 to a minimum of 0 parry. So yes, I will parry it. Or attempt. So I get 2d20, and I'm just rolling to hit my target. Correct?
Now, he's got 2 successes, so to successfully parry, you want to get 2 successful parries to negate his attack.
Gotcha. So I'm going to burn a momentum for it. I'm assuming
Sure.
I can?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
delete it for you, because I'm near the bolt.
I appreciate that.
We have 2 momentum still, so you're good.
I got 2 successes.
All right.
Huzzah!
So he tries to get you with his tomahawk, and you just chop into it and hold it in place. And he grits his teeth. The other one comes in from the side and tries to get you with a sweeping tomahawk attack at your kneecap. He's got no successes. All right, he swings and misses in the darkness. All right, so now that all the enemies have gone, it switches back to the players. You can go in any order that you want, so decide amongst yourselves.
I'd like...
What's up?
I was going to say, Beltakis, absolutely, because he got 3 in cleaving range.
Alrighty. I would like to take a swing with my broadsword at the guy that almost hit me. Alright, so broadsword has reach 2, which I'm assuming means I'm in range.
So the reach thing is kind of weird. So, like, if your enemy's weapon is shorter than yours,
okay.
you have advantage, and if your weapon is longer than his, then you have advantage. So,
Okay.
however it goes. So you just want to have a longer weapon. So
Gotcha.
if you're using a dagger and you're fighting somebody with a spear, it's going to be bad because that
Alright.
increases the difficulty by 2 ranks.
So if I have a range 2 broadsword, is it longer, shorter, or equal to his hatchet?
His hatchet is a 2 as well. It is like a
Okay.
decent sized axe, and he's holding it by the end.
Okay,
And
so
I don't know
we're
if this
matched.
helps in the dark, but for every difference in range, you reduce the difficulty to hit. So if he has 2 versus... If Beltakis has 2 and the Tomahawk has 1, Beltakis should reduce the difficulty by 1.
I
don't
think
know if that
generally
counts.
because of the darkness, all the attacks have been difficulty 2 in general here.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
okay.
Alright, so I'll take a swing at the guy that almost hit me. I'm not going to use any momentum for it. I've got a melee of 16. One success, 1 failure.
Okay.
So you were saying it's difficulty 2 for hit because
Right.
it's dark, yes?
So you just
Okay.
miss.
So I miss him, and then I will try to noose the guy that is engaged with Apophis.
Now, to make the noose attack, it does end up costing 1 momentum.
Is that how? Okay, so that's how it works: is to take your offhand attack as a momentum.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
It normally costs 2, but because it's a different weapon and a different hand, it only costs 1.
Sure. Let's try it.
They try to make it so like you could play the mace offhand, dagger main hand sort of character.
Gotcha.
But like if you want to swing the same sword twice, it costs 2 momentum because it's a little harder to swing the same weapon twice than it is to dual wield.
Okay. Let's try it, because if it works, I grapple and harass the guy on Apophis and make that a little easier for him.
Thank you.
I do like the whole, in my head I see this character.
I got a 20 and an 18. If this was Dungeons and Dragons, I'd be kicking the crap out of people.
Okay, so you go to rope him, but unfortunately it tangles on this bush that you're fighting next to. So it would take a minor action to untangle it from the branch it's stuck on right now.
Sure, I minor action untangle it. That's my...
Okay.
Caught a branch. That's something.
That would be my turn.
You want to go next?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Those picks who are... I don't actually know... So everyone is engaged. I can't remember. Firing and engaged is more dangerous, correct?
If you get a complication, it could hit an ally.
Yeah.
You have these guys over here that aren't engaged.
I get you, yeah. I just don't know if you guys need more help first and foremost. To make it fun, I'm going to first use a minor action to... you know what? I'll use minor action to aim. Let's see. Apophis is probably less apt to take a knife wound. So I'm going to fire at the one that is on Apophis. So that guy right there. And we have momentum. So I'm going to use 1 momentum to add a die. And delete that momentum. And 1, 2, 3. Come on, Tater. Wonderful. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Wow, 4 successes?
Yes. Plus he was aiming with the minor action, so that's another momentum added. That will be added on.
Okay, so you generate 2 extra momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty 2, 2 extra momentum.
Nice, nice. Boop, boop. And then, let's see the damage on this guy. It's actually not that high. Better to hit than the damage, so give me a moment. My sheet should have everything, but it doesn't. There we go, rolling 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello? Oh god. Okay, it should be 5, so let me roll 1 more die. Doo-doo. Yeah, I'm having a bit of lag.
Total of 3.
Yes, give me 1 moment. So that was 5, and I had that 1 momentum that has to be used. Can you use that momentum to roll another damage? I can't remember. I think you can.
It's another individual damage. It's not another dice of damage.
Yeah, you just add a damage. You don't roll a die for it.
Okay, and then I also have accurate, so I can actually re-roll up to 3 die. So those 2 die I rolled that were 0, I'm gonna re-roll them. Da-da-da.
So
Hey, that's better.
3, 4, 5, 6. So you're at 6 now, right?
Yep, plus that momentum is 7. Unless you add the momentum already.
No, I already did.
Okay, yes, so 6 damage to him. That's a good little thwack.
Oh yeah, that causes a wound.
Huzzah! Sadly, no effects. Huh.
Okay, it's my turn. Is this one... Oh, were you still doing stuff?
No. Just going to say, arrow flies right past Apophis and embeds itself in the picked warrior fighting him.
The Pictish warrior is really badly hurt. Like, he staggers. Let's see, it almost dropped him. Almost.
Is this the one that I damaged earlier?
Yes, that is the one you resolved damaged.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. I'm just gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, "Die now," and I will roll 2 dice. And get 2 successes.
That's enough. Roll that psychic damage. He's like right on the edge after making a difficult climb, and it's in the rain, and your like suggestion just causes him to like take a step back in awe, and he slips and he falls, and he tumbles down the embankment and like breaks his neck at the bottom. Snap.
It does 3 damage.
All right. He didn't have much left, so it finishes him off.
Okay.
Okay, so after everybody has gone, the Picts, these ones over here, they're going to rush at the hillside, and they're going to try to climb. So let's see, Pict number 1, he's going to approach. Hang on, I'm supposed to roll 2. Ooh, a 1. That's really good. So that's a double success, and then a 19 is bad, but he still makes it. And then the other one, I'm going to roll 2 dice. He hits the mountain. He begins climbing. Oh, he actually can't make it up the hillside this turn, so only one of them gets to the top. And so he's rushing towards you, and he gets pretty close to Julius here. In here, against Boltakis, the Pictish Raiders, they're going to spread out, right? So one gets in front of you and one gets behind you, and they're kind of like working tactically, right? So this Pictish Raider behind you is going to aid the Pictish Raider in front of you, and so the one in front of you is going to roll 3 dice, and then I'm also going to spend one of my Doom to make it 4 dice. All right, so here we go.
Beltakis screams out, "Oh no, they've picked a winning strategy."
Alright, so he's got, only 1 success. He still misses. That's crazy.
I stomp on his hatchet as he tries to swing at my leg.
Alright, and over here, this Pictish Raider is going to, let's see, he's going to try to grab Apophis and, like, cover his mouth. So he's going to, like, try to grapple you and smother you. So here's his attack in the night.
Do I roll anything to contest?
You don't have to. He fucked up. He didn't get enough successes to grab you.
Okay.
It's dark. He couldn't quite see you to grab your face. He sort of clumsily grabs at your collar, but it slips out of his grasp. All right, that was the enemy. Now it is your turns again.
Alrighty. Well, there's a guy that was behind me that was trying to give his friend advantage. I'm going to swing at him, assuming he is the coordinator of the two. So I will turn and take my swing. Odds of me failing a second time are non-existent. Actually, I do hit him with 2 successes.
All right.
So I turn swing with my broadsword. How does damage work in this one? Because I see that I have a damage of 5, but I know there's a roll involved with it.
Well, a broadsword does, like 4 normally?
5, I believe.
Is it 5 on a broadsword?
Yeah,
if I read
broadsword
it
is
correctly.
5.
Okay, so with 5 on a broadsword, and then you've also got, like, 14 brawn, don't you?
4. Yeah, he has a 4 plus brawn. You actually roll 9 damage die when you attack.
9 damage dice. So you hit the cap. That's like the most damage dice you can roll.
Okay. So which die is the damage die? Is it a D6?
Yeah, that's the D6 one, the combat dice.
Yeah. That's gonna be fun. 1 and 2 are damage. 3 and 4 are nothing. 5 and 6 are damage or special effects. But for you, it's just more damage.
For me, it's just more damage. All right.
Yeah, because the sword doesn't have anything special on it.
Well, he's got parry. That's what his sword has.
Oh, you didn't roll the actual combat dice.
It's still good. We know
I mean,
one.
it's still D6s, so where are the
So you're just counting 1s and 2s.
And
Gotcha.
5 and 6.
So 1s
1,
and
2, 5, and 6.
1, 2, 3...
Yeah, 1, 2, 5, and
4,
6.
5.
5 and 6 each count as 1 damage. 1s count as 1 damage. A 2 counts as 2 damage. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
My.
7, 8. 8 damage.
And for future reference, where are the combat die on this
So
board?
so
I
there's
know the
these
correct thing?
these little chests here. I would have gone to where you hover until you can see the red button, and then you press it 9 times in sequence, like 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oh, okay,
5,
gotcha.
6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, okay, and those are special dice. All right, gotcha.
Yeah, they're just already weighted, so you see how they rolled, where we got the 0
Right.
1s and effects immediately. Yeah.
Oh, actually, didn't roll enough. I needed 1 more. So
And
that-
it tells you right at the end, like, 7 damage.
Yeah.
Right, okay. That makes it a lot easier, and I will do that next time.
There's also your D20 dice beside them on the first chest.
And
Oh,
then
yeah,
right in
those
the
are-
middle, you're also supposed to roll one of these, and this tells you where it hits. So, like, this would be a shot in the right arm.
All right. So for the amount of damage I do, does he still have a right arm?
7 damage. And you're chopping this guy. He was not injured before. Let's see, -7 vigor, 1 wound. He doesn't have an arm anymore. You take it clean off, but he grits his
Yeah.
teeth and he holds his dagger in his other hand, and he's still ready to fight.
Oh, this guy's so cool. If it wasn't for the fact that I have to kill him, I wouldn't want to be his friend.
I agree. These people
I-
are good.
I know. These guys are amazing. So for minor action, what does regain guard do? Because I can't.
Okay.
I couldn't actually find it in the book.
So
to
guard
read
is sort of a complicated thing. Guard has to do with like your weapon reach. So the whole thing about having
Oh, okay.
the
got it.
advantage from a longer weapon. If you break your opponent's guard, they no longer get that. And in addition, a lot of weapons, if you get under your opponent's guard, they become vicious. An attack deals X additional damage for each effect rolled. So, like a vicious dagger up close when your guard is down can do a lot of damage.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Then that will be my turn, as I can't think of a minor action thing to do, and I don't have a high enough range thing that if I need 2 successes, it feels like a good idea right now.
Mm.
So I will leave the momentum in there, and that will be my turn for other people to use.
All right. Who's next?
And by the way, you told me that 4 copper equals a gold. What does a silver equal?
It's half. So it's quarter, half, and then 1.
Oh, I see. Okay, thank you. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
No, it's like U.S. money. You have quarters, you have half dollars, which are silver, and then you have dollars.
Yeah, gold dollars. Exactly.
Do we have pennies?
No. That would probably be like a pile of shiny,
It's half a
lesser valuable gemstones.
Here's a box of amber.
You've got
I'm not smelting.
You've got a bag of quartz. Congrats. The most
Yeah.
commonest of gems. Okay, so either Ian or Jason. Which one of you wants to go?
Jason just went.
Yep. So it's Ian or Julius.
Or Ian or Julius. Gotcha.
Well, Julius, I figured you'd go first because you need to decide if you're going to hit that guy or the one that's on me.
Yeah, let's try and take out the one that's on you, actually, because we already damaged him a bit, so this should not be hard. And as I say that, there is this silly, ludicrous character nearby. I'm going to actually use the minor action to get out of the way a bit.
All right. You run
Because
across the plateau to safety.
I truly don't believe in getting stabbed by pick raiders. And let's see if I can't help Apophis. Sorry, did all the math before. Hang on, let me find the box. Alright. So I'm just gonna give it the old 2. I don't have anything else to spend right now. Oh, we have momentum in the jar. That's fine. 4. No, not 4. 3. 3 success.
Nice. Generates 1 momentum.
Right, so I'll pull a momentum in. Bop. Alright. And again, that is 3 plus 2, 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Oh, fun. Total of 5 damage. That should be good.
All right. Let's see. Was this one injured already?
Yeah, that was the one I shot before with like 7 damage.
That should be enough to kill it then.
God willing.
He collapses with a grunt. He was grasping at Count Apophis's collar, but his hand goes limp and he slips to the ground with a grunt.
Okay, I am going to target the one that is attacking him down here. And I'm going to say, your gods bow to me.
That might be tricky unless you get closer, because it's in the dark and you're a range band away.
Oh. What would that be?
Difficulty 3.
Yeah, that's going to be tricky.
Well, then I'm going to run up close to him and say, your gods bow to me.
Well, hang on. Is it normally 1? Difficulty 1 on that?
No, it's 2 because it's dark.
It is now, yeah. I was just wondering, like, normally it's 1.
Oh. Yeah. So is it... Do I need to move?
Yeah, you want to get close. Otherwise,
Okay.
it'll be 3.
Rolling 2 dice. I got 3 successes.
Nice. Generated momentum. You even could have hit from that further distance. Look at that.
Yep. There we go. Let me pick it up. There we go. Yeah, and I'll do my damage now. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got some lag going on, so something's happening. So that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 1 more. It's not letting me roll all of them together.
I've been having that trouble too. Don't feel so bad.
So
1,
you've rolled 4 so far.
I don't think I rolled that third one. The third one that came up as a 0, there was no roll for that. Oh, whatever. So 3 effects. I don't know why it's doing that. It bothers me.
So what are your 3 effects that occur?
I think he's got stun, right?
Yeah. It's 3 damage.
Doesn't
The way
doesn't the effect have stun on it?
I don't know, but the way we've been playing it before, it's just extra damage.
Okay. Yeah, 3. He's not scared in the least. He snarls at you. Rah! Tries to make like a panther noise.
Not scared as in he probably has soak.
A little bit.
Gotcha.
It's dark. He doesn't speak the same language. And also, they're kind of stupid.
That's true. They certainly are.
Stupidity is actually a very powerful weapon against persuasion.
I believe that is all 3 of us, which should go to them.
Okay, so here's what happens. This one that couldn't get up the hill, he scrambles as best he can to help his allies. I spent a doom on that to get an extra thing. He's got still not enough successes, so he scrambles up the hill and then slides back down it with a curse.
Beltacus points and laughs.
You hear him yelling to Yog Sothoth. All right. This one that's already in here, he's going to close the distance with his minor action, and he's going to take his spear and he's going to lunge at you. He does regular stab. He only gets 1 success, misses in the darkness. Over here, we've got these 2. All right. So this one here, he's going to spend a doom.
Are they working together again, or are they taking different attacks.
Different attacks. All right, so this is a tricky thing here. So this one in the front here, he's going to make an attack, and he's adding a dice. So 3 dice. And he gets 3 successes, so he actually generates a doom.
So currently he is hitting for 3 successes on me.
Yes.
The odds of me blocking that are very low. If I get a number of successes, do I reduce his, or do I have to match to stop it?
Oh yeah, that's right. You you can reduce so that he will not gain a momentum from that.
Okay. Then I would probably attempt the parry to try to make that happen.
All right.
And feel free to use all this momentum because we're almost at cap. We can only hold 6 momentum and we have 5. So spend 2 and roll 4 die. Why not?
That sounds like a solid choice.
All right, I'll get rid of him for you. So you
Thank
got
you very much.
all that.
All right.
Never be afraid to use that momentum.
2 successes.
So my 3 drops to 1, and you cause him to miss.
Yeah.
Is that 2? Do you not have a... Is 3 not a crit for your shield?
I'm not using a shield. I've got the rope in one hand and the sword in the other.
Okay, yeah, but
It gave me a shield, but I haven't been using it.
What is your parry focus? Is what he's asking.
Yeah, sorry.
Focus is a 3.
Yeah, that means you get 2 success for every 1 thing that hits your focus or below.
Oh, okay.
So you actually got 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I got 4 successes. Which I think that... So I need 3 to basically beat his.
So you actually end up with 1 extra momentum generated on your side for that.
Yep, you blocked him entirely and generated momentum. Sexy.
That's a really good parry.
That'll teach him to not be a hero.
However, the one behind you is still going to make an attack, and he goes, ah! And he lunges at the back of your head with his tomahawk, swinging with all his might, and he gets 2 successes, which will hit. Now, you can spend... what is it like? You can spend 1 momentum to gain an additional reaction and try to parry this as well.
Rather than get hit in the back of the head with a tomahawk, yes, I will attempt to block this one as well.
All right, I'll burn up the momentum for you.
All right.
1 success.
So that does reduce it. He misses.
Beltakis looks at these 2 and says, "Neither of you are very good at your jobs, are you?"
He shouts.
Man.
Ugh, they're idiots. They don't even speak my language.
Okay, I'll take my turn next if nobody else is going to.
All right, yep, go ahead.
I am going to shout at the Pict Raider in front of me. No. I'm just going to throw my arms up and make myself look big.
You're going to use the lizard defense maneuver?
The bear maneuver.
Oh, also, if you're doing Threaten, yeah, Threaten is close range, 2 damage, and has the stun quality. So you could use the stun quality if you ever want.
Oh, good. Now that I know that, I didn't know that before. I should have been doing that this whole time.
Awesome.
I did mention that. I was like, doesn't this have stun on it?
So,
Yeah.
So you're not casting spells, you just have like a threaten and persuasion setup?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
he can cast spells. Don't you doubt that.
He just hasn't.
He's just
Got
using his cantrips right now.
So I got no successes and a complication.
A complication. Oh no.
At least let me check that real quick. Persuade, was one of them an 18?
17 and 20.
17. Okay, 1 success and a complication.
Okay. So that's not going to phase him, and the complication is, what's a good complication here? Your opponent is in fact deaf.
I like it. Would explain why the other one didn't work too.
I didn't shout or anything. I just put my hands up like a bear.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe he's blind. He's just a blind ninja. Something about him, he doesn't react to that sort of thing.
All right. Anything else for your action?
No, that's it.
All right, then I will turn and swing at the guy that's missing an arm, trying to take off his other arm.
He squirts blood at you, feebly.
No, I knew it. He's too powerful. Okay, do I want to spend any momentum or anything? No, not right now.
Here's blood in your eye. Squirt, 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 squirt.
Alright, so for my melee skill is unfortunately a 16, so that's only one success.
Only
so I
one
miss
success.
him.
Alright.
Let's see. What was... Is there a shove or anything? Because he's like right in front of the hill.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there's a shove maneuver.
So, let's see.
I feel like in doubt, athletics as a standard action to try and kick him down.
Athletics does... Actually, that's true. I was looking at athletics, and it does say wrestling and shoving. Mm-hmm. So I guess would like to spend a momentum to make it a second standard action and try to push him.
Yeah, is that one momentum or two? I think it's two momentum.
Okay, I thought if it was a second swing with the same weapon, it's two. If it's a different weapon, to be fair, I don't know if this is considered a different weapon or just a different ability.
Ditto. I don't know if making an athletics check, because you would no longer be making a melee check.
Correct.
Yeah, so I don't know.
It's just one momentum, not two.
GM's calling that.
Does it use the same hand?
I have two hands, and the other one is just holding a rope, so I'd imagine I could push with it.
Alright, so you're going to just try to push him down. Knock him prone. Difficulty on that does increase, but you're good at athletics, so it shouldn't matter.
Let's try and knock him down the hill.
I know.
Yep. Yeah, so for, let's see, I'm doing athletics. What is the difficulty? Is it 2 or 3?
It's normal. It would normally be 2, but it's increased to 3 right now.
Well, I gotta ask a question. So it's raining, it's muddy, it's slidey. He's on the hill. It's usually 2 because it's usually 1 just to hit, and then it would be 2 because of the darkness. Correct?
Yeah.
Can we reduce it to 1 though, because of how how wet, slippery the terrain could be? I could imagine the footing is worse.
How do I rotate to the side?
Q, E?
No, to the side.
Here, just let it go.
Alt Q, Alt E.
Oh.
Michaels?
Okay. All right. So I was saying, because the question becomes, do I burn a momentum to get the third die? So it sounds like the answer is yes, because we're saying it's a difficulty. DM says difficulty of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So 3 dice. I succeed on a 19.
Or less?
19 or less, yes.
That should be good.
3 successes.
Oof.
Huzzah!
Alright, got it.
As I launch the guy backwards down the hill. Hoping that he rolls and bangs his head on a rock.
This guy's dead. Yep. I laid him over.
This one?
Yeah. I flicked him and then I had to put him back, and I didn't realize it was gonna flick him so far. I was just trying to knock him on his side.
Right.
Well, get
right.
shoved, sir.
That is my turn.
Alright. So this one tumbles down the hill and breaks his neck at the bottom. Snap!
Whoa.
I'm guessing he had 1 hit point left.
Yeah, he wasn't in good shape. Try to speed this encounter along a little bit. So we've got these 2 remaining Picts, and alright, so this Pict... there's the third one, this one?
Yeah.
He couldn't make it up the hill. Alright, so this one looks over, and he sees this Pict with the broken neck, and this one that slid down with the broken neck, and he's going to run off into the wilderness and disappear in the night. This one over here, he's going to run away from Apophis. Do you want to make an attack against him as he withdraws?
Is that a thing?
Yeah. If he hasn't used the... Well, no. I misspoke. He does not withdraw. He just turns and runs. So because he didn't use the withdraw action, you are able to retaliate against him with an attack of your own.
Sure, I'll swing my sword at him, I guess.
All right.
I don't know what that will do, but
It's pretty much like D&D's attack of opportunity. Very similar setup.
so I need to hit a 7.
No, that's going to be tough. With difficulty 2 right now. Oh
Just
my
roll
god,
one.
you got it.
Do it.
Successes. I hit him.
Alright,
What does my sword do? What damage?
kind of sword do you have?
sword do you have?
I have a sword.
The sword kind of sword?
The sword kind of sword.
Okay, excellent. Just double checking.
4.
So I think that's a 3.
And you have +1 on melee, right? So that's 5.
No, I don't have plus anything on melee.
Is your sheet wrong here? Because it says, I might have an older sheet of yours.
It says you have 8 bronze, so yeah, that would be no bonus.
On my sheet, it says you have 9 brawn. Is this like an old sheet? What's going on
Are
here?
you the wrong thing? Because this is my sheet over here.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm
you
looking at the PDF that you sent me.
No, don't look at the PDF. Look at this.
Yeah, it
I'm
looks
guessing
like you roll,
something changed.
It looks like you roll 4 damage total, and so that's pretty good. And I think we have an extra momentum, so if you want to try and make this count, you can burn it to add a +1 damage.
Nah.
Okay.
I just do an effect, so 1 damage, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
He gets nicked by your sword, and then he runs away. Using double movement, he escapes into the wilderness.
A lot of huzzah. Is there one? There's one left, correct?
Yes, and Beltacus looks at him and just says, "Just you and me, pretty boy."
All right, so this Pict is going to see his friend being cowardly and running away, and his other friend's dead, and he's going to drop to his knees and he's going to grovel, and he's going to say in broken Aquilonian, "No kill, no kill."
Oh, I have a good idea for this one. If you'd like to try and take it, Beltacus.
They put him down.
No, like don't kill him. Don't kill him. I got an idea. Can we use him as a display fodder? Can Beltacus tell him go back to your people and tell the name of Beltacus did this? So later on we get a chance to use a renown display.
I guess, sure.
First I have questions for him. If he can speak in broken Aquilonian, he can at least try to answer something.
That is fair too.
I will ask Apophis, who I believe is a little bit more intimidating, to ask him to basically show me on our map where his group or any other groups he knows of are.
Okay.
Basically, just try to make our trip a little easier if possible.
I don't think this is going to work, and I'm going to scalp this dude. But I will do exactly that. I'll demand that he show us on the map where his tribe is. Where the rest of his
Beltacus will tell you, use simple words. Pretend you're talking to me.
I need a persuade check.
Yes.
Can we all assist in the persuasion, because it's kind of 3 of us with weapons drawn around one dude groveling?
Yeah, each of you could add 1 dice. You have to roll your own persuade when you're chiming in to back him up as he's demanding things.
I will add to you, sir. Huzzah! That's insane that I got that.
I don't think I want to roll for it, because my persuasion is a 6. So I just stand there and is there a negative possibility if I fail?
If you roll a 20, there is.
19 or 20.
So there's always a chance of rolling a 20.
Yeah, if you're not skilled at all, 19 or 20.
Okay, so if I get a 7 to an 18, it's not a problem. Okay.
And I got a 2, so you get 1 whole success from me.
I got a 7, so I barely didn't succeed.
Nice.
That's it. You got 2 success from us.
Okay, so I got no. That's just
1
from you. So I got 3 successes.
All right. So,
Generate a momentum?
What's up?
Do I generate any momentum?
the difficulty on that was 2, so yeah, you can have 1. And he will
Fine.
tell you, I came from Fort Tusculum. And he'll tell you that they've been sending out hunting parties because the shamans demand more sacrifices to Yogg.
Is he able to tell us where any of the hunting parties went? Like, general areas? This way we have like an idea of what may or may not be coming up.
Scatter to the wind. Shamans say must have 1,000 men. What is 1,000? Count on finger, but could not reach.
Julius does say, I don't think there's 1,000 people if we burnt down all of Vitriolum.
It's a pretty small town. They're going to be gathering people for a while.
That just means that they're going to start sacrificing the Picts once they run out of people to pull in.
Would they do something like that to their own?
I look at this guy and I'm just like, they seem like fucking idiots.
Put him down.
Beltakis will not. There's no honor or gain for me in killing someone who isn't willing to fight anymore. If you're the kinds of people who would do that, go right ahead.
Julius is not.
So
if you beg for your life, that's a pretty good reason to let you go.
And Beltakis goes and starts scalping a dude.
yeah, I'm gonna scalp the living.
All right. He'll try to get away. You'll have to roll an attack.
I'm gonna use a threaten.
Okay.
You try to give him a heart attack?
Stay still.
I'm gonna stun him in place.
Oh, I just rolled. I meant to roll 2, but it lagged, and so I thought I needed to roll another. I got 2 successes.
Okay. Roll those damage dice.
You need just one effect to stun him, and then this will be the most gruesome thing we've done in this game so far.
You got it. All right, so you finish him off. He doesn't put up much of a fight after that. He's stunned in place, and you stab until he's got no hair left.
Wait,
Yep.
are you... Wait. Forgive me, I misread the situation. I thought you were going to scalp him alive and then send him off, or you're going to kill him while he stands there.
I was gonna scalp him alive and send him off, but he tried to run, so...
It is amazing to me that it is possible to survive a scalping.
That's true. I've seen people
Not
survive
only-
bear attacks and like pitbull attacks. It's gruesome, but you can survive it.
Like, I've never done with this, but in my schooling, I had to learn about some frontier medicine. So, yes, I've only recently learned that scalping is survivable and correctable. And, god damn, the process of scalping is the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life. Just the fact that we do it so wantonly around here makes me, like, kind of disgusted.
Yep. So
Like,
we
real
collect...
life, character life, all of it.
We collect 1, 2, 3, 4... Just 4?
Yeah.
Yep. The others escaped.
1 whole gold.
What stuff do they have on them? I will begin searching bodies to see if they have anything of value.
Okay, so let me grab a note card. Usually what I'll do is I'll take a note card like this one here. Hang on. Lag. This one here. And then I'll say you found 2 Pictish spears, 2 Pictish tomahawks, 1 Pictish bow, 25 Pictish arrows, 2 water skins, 3 rations.
Are the arrows... Sorry, are the arrows any decent?
I mean, they're Picty.
They're of low quality, but they'll fly. They don't have any disadvantages.
Okay, can I count it as a single load, or I don't know how many arrows usually comes in a load?
A quiver in real life is 20 arrows. I don't know if that's what this one is.
Yeah, it's a little more than a load. It's a load plus 5.
Usually in this game, they're a little nicer about ammo. They don't care about counting each individual.
That's true.
Oh, are they?
That's true.
Mhm.
Yeah, just
Now,
consider it a load of arrows.
I check on Rowana. How's she doing?
Okay, Rowana is bleary-eyed, and she says, "I was sleeping. What's going on? It wasn't the Picts, was it? Did you kill the bastards?"
I hand her the scalps. I say, bathe in your enemy's blood.
All right, she's overjoyed. She's going
You
to
are
rub.
a terrible father.
She's gonna rub the scalp blood on her face like a football player would put grease under his eyes.
Yeah.
Julius wants to be with Beltakas and not look at any of these. I don't know if war criminals the right word, but they're war criminals. So, just plausible deniability. He turns around, doesn't watch this.
Just remember, guys, this is an extremely grimdark setting.
Oh yeah. No, it's fine.
There's
Like-
grimdark, and then there's just kind of like you don't gain insanity and corruption points in this setting like better grimdark settings. So I'm gonna argue.
Well, you do lose resolve, and when you run out of resolve, you've gone mad, and you go into a comatose state of madness.
Yeah, usually bathing in people's blood and cannibalism. That's more than enough reason for corruption.
Well,
but
in,
again,
in this setting, cannibalism will actually give you some superpowers.
yes, which is
Really?
it's kind of corruption. Usually, like you're only being benefited because you have become a monster.
I love it.
So the
well,
Pict that cried out to Yog-Sothoth, Yog-Sothoth is their deity, and by ritualistically consuming human flesh once a month, they are said to gain supernatural prowess on the battlefield, whatever that might mean.
Yes. I mean, again, they worship a literal monstrous god of nothing but madness and corruption. So that makes sense that doing such a thing would cause you to gain power at the cost of your very humanity.
Okay, so we have to decide out of this list of things, do you actually take any of it?
the four small animal pelts.
All right.
That would be the only thing that I would see out of that where I'm like, this has value.
All right. So
And I guess the water skins. We have animals with us. They're gonna drink a lot of water.
do you have one of these note cards?
I do not have one in front of me, but I think I can make one.
All right. So we'll take the rations, and so this will be your split, and then on this one,
Julius just takes the one load of arrows while scoffing at everyone else looting the picks,
get rid of
calling it
these.
distasteful to loot people on the battlefield.
I don't take anything. I don't need any of that. So you take all the rations because I'm set for rations. The two of you are going to need the rations probably.
Did you take the water too? The water skins?
Yes. I look at Julius to say I agree that this is distasteful, but distasteful work pays well, unfortunately, and I am currently what one might call broke.
I'll ride up on my camel with Rowana. Oh, are we still sleeping for the rest of the night, or are we done sleeping?
No, it is still late, and I still require rest. So does Shyrese. He is a fickle pony.
Okay, in that case, I don't do that. I just leave the camel over here, and I leave Octu over here, and then that was a big horse.
Yeah, won't let me reduce the size for some reason.
Yeah, you did the thing. You did the thing.
I don't know what the thing is.
You made it big. It's easy to make it big. It's hard to make it little.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Because it won't even let me do scale down as like a right click thing.
There's a volume scale tool. You just have to poke it and then grab the green arrow to shrink it this way, and the blue arrow to shrink it this way, and then the red arrow to shrink it this way, and now it's small again.
Alright, perfect, thank you.
Small is relative.
I know, right? You might have to tweak it a bit. So if you look on the upper left side of the screen, there's the gizmo. It's like F8, and then under F8, it's like the fourth tool in is the volume scale. I just click that.
Yeah,
Click the
Gotcha.
horse.
that's fine.
And give it
No,
a little,
I'll say it's a good size at this point.
give it a little squeeze.
Okay, I go back to sleep with Rowana under my wing.
All right.
Julius, good job on the first watch. If you would like to get some rest, I will take the second. I will also put the bodies in like a bush or something.
Okay. You stow away these bodies of these troglodyte men. They're squat. They have strange-looking features. These are rough mountain men of short stature and sort of.
And they have blood for hair.
They have blood for hair. All right. So you dispose of the bodies and you get a good night's rest. No more hunting parties come this night. In the morning, the birds are chirping and the sun rises in the east. And so you are like right near the river. The next step is to figure out how to cross that river.
Well, I have an idea. I can launch this rope across the river, hook it onto a tree, and with that line hooked, we can tie ourselves off to it and lead our way across. I have the climbing kit, so we have the carabiners that will allow us to be hooked to the rope without being on it completely.
Is the river not just fordable?
It is.
Well, we could just ford it with our horses.
I understand, but
Okay.
things go wrong.
That's going to require an animal handling check, and things could go wrong. Yeah.
I will still do my rope trek.
Okay.
Because I don't want to get... I'm in heavy armor. I don't want to get swept down a river.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm just going to ford the river with Octu. What do I roll for handle animal?
All right. Hang on a second. Let me get this map.
How do I shift one? There it is. Okay.
Save camera?
Yeah, it saved a camera already. I just couldn't figure out how to get it back. Let's see. My animal handling is a 13.
All right. So you're trying to cross the Black River from here to here, trying to get your animals across safely.
Yeah, what's
the difficulty today after the rains is going to be 2.
Okay, then I'm going to burn a momentum on it.
All right.
And I will also burn a momentum, being that my animal handling is a 7.
Yeah, I hear you.
And hopefully my my lead will make this a little bit easier.
Anything?
I get 2 successes to cross the river.
All right. Your camel can't believe there's this much water.
And Ravana's with me, of course.
She climbs higher on the back hump of the camel so she doesn't get her feet wet.
Well, I'm trained in it, so the 19 is not a complication.
Nice.
But I only got 1 success.
All right. So you are attempting to ford the river, and you begin to get pulled downstream, and you're having difficulty getting across. So the others will get across if they succeed, but you're actually dragged, I don't know, like a mile downriver. And then...
with my rope on the tree, may I try to muscle me and my horse across?
Yeah. All right. Roll in athletics. Let's see if the rope actually helps you out.
One of them is a crit, so 3 successes.
All right. That'll even generate some momentum. You got it.
So it generates 1, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I guess now Julius has to try. Julius does not like water.
Don't fuck this up, Julius.
I got the rope there. You got the rope for help?
You gonna try to get the rope back to him?
Yes, I can accurately throw a rope at great distances using perfect cast. Reduce or increase difficulty by 1 step for climbing with a rope. I don't know if this counts as climbing horizontally.
Yeah, it would.
All right,
I
so I
believe in
reduce the difficulty by 1 rank as I throw you the rope.
Would that make it 0? Because it should only be 1 to hit at this your
No,
rate.
it's 2 to hit right now because of the rains.
Because of the what?
Because of
It's
the
been
rains.
raining. Fast flowing water.
okay.
So it goes from 2 down to 1.
Yes. No, but he's trying to hit my character with the rope. No? So that we can pull across? Or am I wrong?
Well, right, so it starts as 2. I reduce it by 1. It is now at 1.
Okay. A ranged attack should only be 1 at this close distance.
Well, that's the athletics to pull yourself across, if you have the rope, right?
Yeah, you're making a horizontal climb check.
So I think for him
That
to
you-
toss the rope and hook it on something is probably a ranged attack.
That's what I thought was happening. He's gonna toss the rope, catch it on our side of the bank, and then we're gonna use it to guide along the river. Or am I wrong?
No, that's what I'm doing. I'm basically throwing. I'm on the far side of the river. I'm throwing you the ropes that you can use it to get across.
You said
Right.
you can do long range, right?
Yes. Well, so the way the thing is set up, the actual description of it, you are highly skilled to throw a rope, where you want it to go, whether the grappling equipment or not, and securing it in advantageous spots. When climbing, you can reduce or increase the difficulty for athletics tests by 1 step.
Okay. So yeah, just forgive me. So just I'll roll athletics instead of animal
Hmm.
handling. Is that correct?
Well, it didn't say anything in there about the range. So then the range is probably...
Well, so turning it to, if you're using it as a weapon, a noose counts as a garrote with a thrown C quality.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
thrown
should be
C.
close.
Thrown C, that's not good.
Okay. Well, I have one end of the rope, so I try to throw it across.
So it's difficulty
if-
3 for your rope to catch on the other side.
Oh,
Well,
that's a massive river. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I would say so. All right, if I'm holding one end, it's not like I can lose the rope by trying.
Right.
So
No
I'm
harm in trying.
basically throwing it across, trying to get it to him.
It's just a tough thing to hit.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a massive river. It's just a river, not a creek.
Okay.
3 is 3 is a lot. I
yeah.
thought we'd be close from bank to bank, but okay.
Yeah,
Like he
so-
can easily grab something that's in his zone, but this is 2 zones away, so it's like 2 extra difficulty steps.
Yeah. It's very very wide. Okay.
Well, do you want to just try to get across the river, and if you're having a hard time, I'll try to lasso you?
Yes, it would be fun to see how long we can fail the same check, but I'm going
There you
to roll
go.
If
anyway.
he's in the middle of the river, it'll drop it to a 2.
Okay.
So
you do it.
animal handling.
Well, do you have a horse that you're going across on then?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mjolnir, the horse.
Oh, that's right, Mjolnir. I forgot the greatest horse name ever.
Yes. Alrighty. So let's see this. You know what, GM? I need 2, right, to get across?
You need 3 to get across.
I need 3 to get across.
For animal handling? I thought
Or
it was
no,
two.
no, no. It's only 2 for animal handling. Sorry.
Okay. I'd like to take 2 doom.
Oh, nice. All right, you've got it.
So is 2
Uh,
doom the same as taking a momentum?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's just not
momentum.
spending any momentum.
Gotcha.
So you still have 2 for later, but he's...
I technically got 2 success and then 1 complication.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you're kicking across when suddenly a fish that was trying to get a bug or something comes flying out of the water and lands right in between like your arms, like in the crook of your elbow, and is flopping wildly but is sort of like stuck there. Are you gonna like clutch tight to hang onto it?
No, we don't need a fish. Get out of here, you.
All right, so you just flop it away and it splashes back into the water and disappears.
Alright, when Julius makes it to the other bank, he'll ask everyone if they saw that.
I saw that.
did. You should have kept the fish.
Just a fish. I haven't had that much luck with a pole.
Just saying, we could have eaten the fish. Now we just have to eat Rwanda.
Maybe the complication was that the fish was poisonous.
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm a petty noble. Excuse me?
I said maybe the complication is that the fish was poisonous.
I think
No,
he's
I'm
referring
sorry.
to my statement of we have to eat Rwanda.
That's what I'm referring to.
Without acknowledging what you said, he goes, "All right, let's get out of here." And he starts riding his horse away.
All right, you've entered into the Pictish Wilderlands, or wildernesses. There's a wildfire raging in the mountains to the west. So you're looking straight west, and you can see the smoke billowing from the wildfire. You're going into some dangerous territory here. You know from experience that if you're caught in the mountains during a wildfire, it's quite possible it could surround you and you'll be trapped and burned to death. So choose your course wisely.
Do we actually have a way to know what the best course of action is? Because I would not know what to do here, even though I've... What was that for?
To see whether Jason was going to weigh in. Beltaka says we should stay towards the bottom of the mountains. If you go up a mountain, fire flows faster and is almost impossible to get away from. But if you're downhill on a mountain, the fire moves slower.
I agreed. I was going to say the exact same thing.
Julius agrees and ponders why fire decides to move slower when it's down low. Does it like to crawl on the floor?
No, it moves slower when going downhill because when fire climbs up a tree, the next tree is therefore, that is uphill, is closer. But to go downhill, it has to be at a hotter temperature to burn through grass and leaves to reach the next tree.
Yes, but doesn't it even care about gravity?
Yes.
So going up should be more difficult than going down.
Incorrect.
Incorrect. I agree.
Have you ever fallen off of a mountain?
I have, but I've also had to run from fire, so...
Who's got the highest observation out of all of you?
I have a 10.
I have 11.
All right. Velku, Julius looks towards the mountain and sees a shadow moving among the trees. It's sort of like low to the ground and dark, and it's huge. Some sort of huge mountain cat. You just saw it for a moment, and you saw its like eyes reflecting from the darkness looking your way.
Oh, you just had to throw in a panther because that's the one thing I have nothing against.
Yes, Julius does not stop the idea that gravity should be more important to fire than it is, and it's disgraceful that fire would so brazenly go against it. At any rate, he does kind of motion after a bit that, by the way, they appear to be being stalked by possibly a large animal.
Well, wilderness people, do we try to lose it, or do we try to deal with it?
Well, it's in the mountains, and you guys are saying you're going to stay in the lowlands and move to the sort of southwest, I suppose?
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying it was closer than that. Okay. See, even more reason to stay out of the mountains. Panthers apparently are not afraid of fire.
I bet panthers respect gravity more as well.
Truth.
Okay.
Hashtag truth.
We keep to the lowlands and we move deeper into the wilderness.
All right. So you're traveling and you're moving west of Fort Tusculum into the wilderness. And here in the wilderness, the forest is ancient. There are huge tangled roots everywhere. The ground is occasionally pitched and sloped at steep angles, requiring you to navigate around them and find a better path. In some places, the overgrowth is quite thick and requires you to spend a considerable amount of time hacking at the bushes and the thorns and the vines in order to make any progress in a direction. So it ends up taking considerably longer, and for stretches of it, you're not even going to be able to ride your animals without risking serious damage to them. All right. So during the course of your travels, I'm going to need everybody to make a handle animal check.
Oh no.
Sure. Huzzah. One success.
No successes.
I rolled twice. There we go. I got one success.
All right. For getting no successes, your donkey will become injured, sort of stepping wrong and collapsing. So,
does he have a donkey? I thought he had a horse.
oh, did he switch to a horse? That's right. Anyway, it collapses while you're riding it. This is a pretty dangerous situation. So, at the last moment, you have a chance to make an acrobatics check to throw yourself safely.
Who are you
Okay.
talking to?
It's me. I'm the one that had no successes.
Ah,
All right, acrobatics. I got a 14.
We also have 2 momentum if you need to get any more die.
I have 4 successes.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
How many
Wow.
did I need?
You needed 2, I think, so that generates 2 momentum.
Yeah.
Lucky
In
day.
the pot. Yes. And, oh no, everyone already rolled, right?
Oh, Shyrese. My loyal steed. What has happened to you?
Julius pats you on the shoulder and tells you it's simply too much to make into jerky quickly enough.
Is there any helping the horse, or is the horse basically done for?
Well, do you have the healing skill? Do you want to try to heal it?
Is this an old Yeller situation?
I do have at least a rank in the healing skill, but I'm not what you would call good at it. I ask, is anyone here good at caring for wounds?
So your animal has received a wound. You can attempt a healing check on it, and that could make the effect of the wound ignorable. But if it receives another wound, it will receive that wound, and the first wound will come back open under the strain at the exact same time. So it's bad. You only want to like do it when you need to. Although in this case, the animal probably won't survive a lot. If it takes another wound, it might die. So you probably do want to go ahead and reduce the wound immediately.
So I ask Julius and Apophis if either of them are good at healing checks, basically to assist, to take care of the horse, or if neither of you are any good at it, then I'll roll.
Well, I've got a 9.
I have an 8. Are you at least trained in it?
Yeah, I am trained.
Okay, so you have a 5% better chance than I do. Does Julius pipe up at all?
Julius says he's set a bone before, but that was a person. Technically, he is ranked in it, so there's a 5% chance that it's a crit, but...
I have the same. Then I ask Apophis, as he has said he basically tells me he knows a little bit, and I have no confidence in it. So I let him care for the horse if he's willing.
Okay, I'll generate a doom to get an extra die.
All right.
2 successes.
Nice.
Hey.
All right. The animal will ignore the wound.
Thank you, Apophis. I am in your debt, and I will stop harassing you in Rowata.
So you know, he's not healed entirely. He still needs to see a vet.
A what?
A
I'm a veteran. I've been in a lot of battles.
A veterinarian.
What is a veterinarian?
An animal doctor.
Ah! Bops. Using $3 words.
Thank you, Apophis. I appreciate your assistance. And I mount back up, and we continue on.
All right. You guys are going to arrive at something.
At something.
Trying to spawn a map, but I'm having trouble interacting with the bag. It's a real pain in the ass.
Why are our tokens all different sizes? I spent a lot of time meticulously getting my token to be the right size.
I made my token the same size as the Picts. I assumed that the next token he pulled out for a battle would probably be the same size, in which case my character would probably want to be the same size as the Picts for the purposes of the fight.
I believe in 28 millimeter superiority and glory.
I'm staying as I am because I worked hard to get this size. Just right.
Get tiny.
Oh no, Ant-Man over there is
Careful, you don't want to pull a horse. You don't want to pull a big horse.
Where is my horse, anyways? Thing got ablated from time.
Mjolnir! No!
He was just a boy. Oh, there he is. Haha, he's on the other side of the table for some reason. Huh, get back up there, sir. There you are. Mjolnir, my trusty steed. Oh, slow down.
We just did this.
Oh, it doesn't work when you hit minus on
Yeah.
the animal.
Yeah.
Only on yourself. Why does that happen?
We just went over this.
Don't you worry.
You have to use the gizmo, I think.
yeah. It won't let you do the scale down thing.
So the thing is, the model of the horse is really, really big. So even at its
Being
tiniest,
small.
it's still pretty big.
Oh, you silly thing, Mjolnir.
Compared to other models, which are kind of reasonable sized, and then when you shrink them, they get very, very, very small. The horse
That's
doesn't do that.
The horse is just this Mjolnir is the predecessor to all Clydesdales. The Budweiser Clydesdales, to be specific.
Well, we could all ride Mjolnir now.
Yes.
You've solved our horse problem.
Octu,
Unless of course Mjolnir gets hurt, and then we're all screwed.
Octu can ride Mjolnir now.
I think Mjolnir at this size means that he doesn't have to suffer difficult terrain. He just stomps through the trees. He has a good time doing it. So sorry about making him big. How do I scale him down again?
You have to actually use the scale tool, the gizmo.
Where is that? Where do we usually leave that?
On the left, well, on the left-hand side, you'll see like your grab, draw, zone, line, flick, combine, text, and then the gizmo. So there is one of those is a scale one, like you hover over it,
Gizmo.
allow you to choose scale.
Oh, it's literally called Gizmo. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Move, rotate, scale. All right, boy.
Oh, did you just think we were calling it a thingamajig?
Yes, forgive me. You have to understand, right? Why I found it peculiar.
That's funny.
All right, sir.
It does explain the confusion a little bit better.
Oh, he got very thin.
No, that's good. Now you want him to get very, very, very
Short and
Short.
And not so long.
and not so long.
So we come across this map with this cart track road.
All right. So you guys are in the wilderness, and put yourselves on this map here. Put you and your gigantically long horse over here on the map. But put yourself at the bendy part, the other end. You're not at the long part. You're coming around the bend. You haven't even seen the wagon yet.
That kind of works. All right.
Why are we all different sizes? This is really bothering me. Can we?
Let's see. So I will make myself fit in a square.
Thank you.
Where are we?
Now I fit in a square. You're just tiny.
Huzzah! I think I got horse to almost about the right size. I could definitely scale him down a bit more. I see. Oh
What
no!
the crap!
I didn't do that.
Why?
Because I moved it. I
Can we
hate the
get
horse.
rid of these damn horses and just use camels?
All right, I'm going to just say I'm on a horse. If you're okay with that. If you kill my horse, I completely understand.
I agree. Mjolnir, graze.
We are on horses.
You can tell.
I'm on a camel.
What noise do camel hooves make?
They don't have hooves.
Oh my god. What do they have?
They do have.
They have toes.
They have.
Just count the toes, right?
Here.
Yeah.
Their toes are hooved. I found this out. Someone argued me because I said they had just toes.
They are cloven, correct?
They are.
That's the-
Yeah, they're cloven hooves. Yeah.
That's proper, yeah, because that means divided by 2. Cloven. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I thought that they were just toes too, but then someone argued me the point, and I was like, "No, you're wrong," and we ended up googling it, and I was wrong.
So they might still clip-clop.
Check it out. I've got these too.
Hey, look, a mule.
This is cool though, because it's like it's got an image that's flipped. So if you rotate it, it's actually got one end that's front, one end that's back.
That is cute. Welcome, Monsieur Pack.
These are much easier to deal with.
Yes, they are.
Yes. Oh god, I'm looking at camel toes online because why not? And they look terrifying.
Yeah, they are pretty disturbing looking.
Boy, this is a conversation taken out of context that would be hilarious.
They kind of look like if you ever seen tarantula feet, they kind of remind me of tarantula feet.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fairly similar now that you say that.
I think that's why I hate it. Not really big into tarantulas or any spider in that matter. Something about the fuzzy ones are kind of worse.
Why do I not have a health bar? Everybody has a health bar but me.
It's not all that cracked up to be.
I'm missing out.
Well, I mean, so far none of us have been hit, so we haven't even gotten to mess with it.
I actually am missing half my resolve still. I just didn't set it, which is my bad.
Here, use this one instead.
Yep. And I gotta say, even though we all have health bars, they are not equal because I can see nice plus and minuses on Beltakas. But mine do not have that.
Oh, you can turn that on and off.
Ah, cool. In that case.
It's a little weird. So, all right. So, let me see your figurine here. So you want to turn it so that the numbers are the right direction, and then let's see. How does this work? Right click. I used to be able to get this to work.
It shows me all the statistics, but I don't think it does anything else.
You're not that far down the road. Go back. Beltakas, get back.
I got moved.
I moved him here because
showing
I'm
how
trying
the
to fix
thing
his
works.
token. It's not interacting.
Well. well.
Should be okay. I'll manipulate both of them. I'm fine with it.
See, there's supposed to be, like, right in the middle, there's, like, a thing you can click. I don't know. It's not letting me click it.
Oh, I found it. Actually, it only works when I click off to the very far right side. If I click center, it brings up the thing. And then the far right side brings up the actual plus and minus bar.
Yeah, there's two spots you can hit it. Middle and off to the side. I think left or right will work.
Mine only works on the right.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah, left doesn't do anything. Middle brings up the entire menu. There we go. Huzzah!
So our archers in the front, the wizards in the middle, and the fighters in the back.
Yeah, we should switch that up.
Here we go. All the way in the back.
Yeah, you've got the most range. It makes sense.
Actually, Julius is the most likely to cheese it when everyone in front of him dies. He stays in the back just because usually the rich people also stay in the back, so he might be able to nick something off their dead body and then get back to town, and it wasn't a total washout, you see?
Well, it's a good thing that we're on this nice quiet ride and that nothing untoward will occur. Oh, look, a cart!
What ho? Something untoward? Uh-oh.
Alright.
Oh.
You come around the corner and you hear a mighty squeal.
A squeal?
Like a... Oh, yes, like a pig. There we go.
So
right.
I'm going to let you guys know right now, and I say this in character, I am shit against animals.
Okay, so what's happened is the fire has driven this giant boar down out of the mountains, and he's got burns on him, and he's freaking out, and he's enraged, and he's charging down the road here. And you just happen to be in his path. This is a dangerous situation. What do you guys want to do?
Is he a giant?
Oh, yeah, he's huge.
Can we
He's like...
get out of his path?
As big as one of your horses or donkeys.
Say, do any of us know anything about boars that if we get out of its way, it will leave us alone, or are we clueless?
Julius tells you, at a minimum, boars respect gravity and cannot climb trees.
The cannot climb trees part is actually false.
Let's assume this game pig cannot climb a tree.
All right. But we have horses; they can't get up in trees.
Stay close.
Yeah. Yeah, I will. I mean, what would I roll to know if there's? Is this thing gonna come at us no matter what, or is this the kind of thing we can avoid by like keeping out of its way?
You can roll a nature lore check if you like.
I will do that. Is that just the lore ability?
Yeah, I don't see a nature. It's probably just lore.
Okay.
Or maybe even observation to see how it is and if we can get away from it. Or possibly survival to tell
God,
us
what would it be?
how to get away.
What would it be? It's got to be intelligence lore, just a lore check,
Okay.
I guess.
Not survival?
I will go lore.
It could be survival if you're better at survival, but lore is probably where it's at.
I got a success and a complication. I know about boars, but not giant death boars.
No, use the complication to give us horrible advice.
Okay, well, you know that boars are highly aggressive, but you don't know how it will react after dealing with the fire. The fire might have done something to its psychology.
Okay. So I draw my weapon. I say, I do not think this is something we're going to get away from.
I'm going to lead Octu over to a tree trunk and, like, stand behind it as best as possible. Try to keep the tree between me and the boar.
Julius wants
dismount.
to run off the path. With his horse, Julius wants to get off the path and get away from the boar's line of sight if possible.
All right, you dip off into the trees. There are several very large trees here that can offer cover.
I will dismount.
Oh, well, if he's going that far, I'm gonna hop over him and go to this one.
These trees are as good as a small shield. They give you 2 combat dice of cover if you're behind one.
Oh, if they have a statistical advantage, I will still be in front of everybody, but I will dismount, make sure my horse is further back, and I'll get my rope out.
I was reading about this earlier. So, like, you get behind a tree, it gives you 2 combat dice of cover, and then you use your minor action to go prone, and then that gives you, like, an additional thing to where every time you roll an effect on one of those combat dice of cover, the effect counts as 3 instead of 1.
That is an insane amount of minutia.
So that's how you game a system right there.
Well, that's how you
Yeah.
don't get hit by arrows. Like, you get behind a
Also
tree
true.
and you lie down and you'll never take damage from an arrow.
Babies, shoot me with all the arrows. The real winners are the ones who can walk out and stab the opponent with 10 arrows in their face.
All right. Yeah, I think we're just posturing and waiting to see what happens, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay mounted on Octu in case I need to get away fast.
The boar hops up and down and stamps in a circle, kicking up dust and squealing angrily, and then it's going to charge off down the road. And it slams into this wagon, this broken down wagon with its like missing wheel and no horses attached to it, and it collides with it at full force, and you hear the splintering of wood, and the whole wagon goes dragging across the ground. And so it's fighting the wagon hard. Back to you guys. What do you do?
Well, if it's tussling with the wagon, I think we have the ability to get away from it and just kind of casually, carefully scoot around and away.
You're an archer. Kill the thing.
You don't kill wild animals for no reason, especially scared wild animals. And more importantly, I am not wasting bolts in this thing. This thing will take half my quiver. Maybe more.
There's plenty of reason to kill it.
We can eat the donkey.
Try to move, and I will try to start circling around it.
I'll be happy to stealthily get away from it.
Yeah, I'm okay with us trying to stealth out.
Shoot, shoot.
Basically, attempt to avoid this if possible.
Yes. No reason to get my entire tendon ripped out of my leg today because of dumb boar.
All right. Well, you're talking about it. Do it.
Yes. Good question though. Like we have trees, we have all this cover. The boar seems preoccupied battling the wagon. What is the actual stealth difficulty?
All right.
And
It
say,
is. It
the
is
other question would be how
morning.
many zones?
It is morning. It is bright. The typical observation test would probably be just a 1. The trees will give you an extra level of difficulty, so it would be like a 2 to spot you.
Oh, do we not have to? He just has to roll observation, and if he fails, we just get away. Is that correct?
Well, if you roll stealth, then he would have an even harder time seeing you. I'm just saying
Well,
right
we
now
will-
the difficulty would be a 2. You could add to that.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll
Okay.
try to stealth away.
Can I stealth? Can we stealth as a group? Everyone adds to 1 stealth
Are,
check.
are
or
you
do
guys
we want-
leaving? Are you guys leaving your horse in your middle?
Nope, we're taking the
We're
horse.
moving around. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yes.
one of you is wearing full plate armor. I don't think you're going to be all that stealthy no matter what you do.
Well, I don't have noisy. I only have heavy.
Oh,
Yes,
really?
correct.
Really? All right.
Well, so
that's
it's
good.
not.
That's good.
I'll say it's not full plate.
Because that would make it
because it's not
easier for him
the-
to find you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not the full plate one. It's the one just under that. So I have 3 soak. There are 3 armored everything instead of 4.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
So I believe. So I'll say if that's the case, I think we roll stealth. We'd probably have a harder time because of the animals.
All right. So all of you roll your stealth.
You want me to roll first? Because I might have the best stealth, so I have the best chance of generating momentum for everybody.
Hang on. Let me roll this real quick. So the boar has 3 successes.
Even though he's on fire and hates everything?
You rolled a 1 and a 6. Yeah, he's got 3 successes.
What an interesting bastard. Alright. So here goes a stealth roll. And I'm gonna flip a fortune, because I have so many laying around, might as well get rid of one. Alright.
So because you're in the
So-
trees, the difficulty was a 2. 3 successes means he's sitting on 1 momentum right now.
Alright. And then that is 2 success and a complication, but of course.
Okay. And then, so how's this work if it's a group check? Is everybody adding into it, or?
Like each of you needs at least 1 success.
Okay. So I will roll then.
I mean, you could do it as a group check, but then you each roll just 1 dice.
Right. I think we're okay just each rolling separately, especially because each of us has a different thing we're contending with.
Plus, more dice, the more momentum you can generate.
Am I rolling stealth?
Yeah.
I have 1 success.
All right, that's enough not to be seen in the trees.
Really don't like rolling stealth.
So I do have the horse with me. Is it still enough? Because we are leading. I'm leading a horse. I'm assuming everyone else has a mount as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
leading
spend
the
a-
horse isn't any extra noise or anything.
I'm gonna spend a fortune, so I'm gonna delete this,
All right.
Cool, cool.
and then I'm gonna roll 3 dice.
We believe.
You got
Oh,
a
hey.
2.
That's 1 success.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's enough not to be seen.
Yes.
All right, so you move stealthily through the trees. The boar continues to maul the shit out of the wagon. As you pass, if any of you glimpse over and take a look, you'll see that its eyes are crusted over and white. Fire has damaged its eyes. It cannot see, and it's blindly attacking things that are in its path, and it's attacking this wagon. So as long as you're stealthy enough, it will never notice you're there. So you move stealthily through the trees, and you bypass it.
I whisper as we go. Killing it would be a mercy.
And Julius pretends not to hear you.
A mercy someone else can give it.
I guess they're not as into bacon as you are. Delicious, delicious bacon.
Not off a javelina. That thing needs to be blown up with dynamite, and then maybe it'll be tender enough.
Let's see. In real life, boars are stupidly dangerous. This is a giant boar with like tusks coming out every part of its head.
I know.
I've never hunted boar without a rifle and a magnum, so I don't want to play around with a giant boar and a bow and arrow. It's just a terrible way to lose like half your leg to a boar.
Yeah.
We've been dealing with Picts for like weeks, and we've been killing them left and right, and then we get taken out by a pig?
We just take ourselves off the table now?
Sure.
Okay.
Picts, no problem. Giant boars, no thanks.
Exactly. Please, give me all the human enemies that I know are afraid of dying.
Okay.
Men who can beg for their lives, yeah, we'll kill those.
So,
Fuck, that pig's bad.
you arrive at a Pictish village, but nobody's here. So as you approach, you can see the eerily silent and sort of like foggy, shrouded area of the woods, and it's got all these totems. Like every sharp totem stick has a skull stabbed down onto the end of it. So there's just this wall of human skulls, sort of marking out the periphery of the Pictish village. But you don't see any Picts around, and you don't hear any voices. It's just this eerie fog rolling through.
I'll get down and have Rowana search the... Rowana and I will search the village for valuables.
All right, you move into the inner part of the village, past the outer periphery gate. In the middle of the village, there are two sort of circular areas. First, there's a well, and beyond the well, there's another kind of well. It's not a well for water. It's like a giant fire pit, and it's decorated. It's decorated with skulls. So there's a lot of sort of symbolism going on. There's a lot of interesting art and design that has gone into this this altar of skulls that is beyond the well. And then surrounding that, there are all these little village huts.
I can see your GM area.
Yeah, I deleted the hidden area. I'm having this like fucked up situation where it's not giving me access to the right-click menu, and so I have to change to like a not black color. But then when I'm not on black, I don't have access to other features, so I've had to swap between them. I don't know. If it resolves itself after an update or something, I'll put the hidden area back. But for now, I just have to deal without it.
No, you're good.
There's not much back there to see anyway.
Anyway,
I will investigate the altar.
Yeah, this place is awful and terrible and horrible, and my character will stay on the periphery away from major huts and this awful fire pit.
All right. So he's checking the altar fire pit. So
I will stealth my way up there.
All right.
Because I want to see what it is, but I also don't want to die.
You want to move stealthily through the village. Gotcha. Roll it.
Yes. 2 successes.
Meanwhile,
successes.
I'm just ransacking their tents.
That's a good question. Do Picts live in tents, or do they have, like, constructed homes?
They are wood and thatch huts.
Okay. So
They have a
huts.
lot of Native American sort of things. Not Native American, I'm sorry. Like, yeah, like Native American meets Celtic sort of architecture.
All right. Apophis, you go towards one of the huts. I spend 2 doom. There's actually a hidden pit trap here. So you fall into a pit, and it does 2 combat dice with the vicious property.
Oof.
Oh, look at that. 4 damage. Ouch.
Jesus Christ. Ow! I shout.
An abandoned village, and yet they had booby traps here.
As soon as I hear Apophis say ow, I begin listening to see if anything in the town has started to move towards where he has made sound.
Ah.
Is that observation?
Roll an observation. Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Okay. I will like to use a momentum.
Hey, go ahead.
Can I also... we're pretty late into the game night. I would like to burn a fortune.
No, all right.
Can Julius add to the observation?
Yeah, you can
Sure.
you can add a dice.
So
Sure,
I get
we'd all be,
4 dice.
No, I'm gonna roll mine and see if you get a success or not.
Yeah, he can add
no.
one extra momentum to your roll by succeeding on his roll.
I burned the fortune and took a momentum, so a total of 4 dice for my observation.
Got it.
Oh yes, great. And I didn't add anything, so sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine.
Okay.
I appreciate the help, or attempted such. So 1,
Oh, nice.
2, 3, 4 successes.
So when he shouted out in pain, one of the huts.
Oh, sorry. Actually, 5 successes.
I was gonna say.
Oh wow. Okay, so you generate 2 momentum, and you do hear a noise. Something is stirring in one of the huts.
Can anyone see me from where I am at the moment?
I should be able to. I'm kind of on the outside looking out, in.
It's a rather open plaza in the middle of the village. So if you're out in the middle and you're not like hiding behind the well or something, you will be easily spotted.
Let's say I stealthed over there. So as long as, I guess if somebody knew I was there, they'd be able to see me. I will motion towards the sound that I'm hearing that isn't Apophis, towards Julius.
Okay, so anybody who's looking your way can see the hut. It's a little larger than some of the others.
Where are you, you primates? I've fallen into a trap!
I will continue. I will continue my stealth over towards the other building where I heard sounds. But continue moving over in that direction.
Okay.
Julius agrees. Can Julius stealth and try to meet up with Beltakas?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Is Rowana safe?
She's by your camel, so as safe as your camel is.
Okay.
She's watching the horses.
Okay, give me a moment. Just doing stealth. Oh, I don't even know what I need. Let's see. Did that do it? Not really. 1 success.
All right, 1 success on a stealth.
Yes, both me and him are sneaking with 1 success apiece for stealth.
Been working so far. 4. 4 what?
That's how many giant boars he's going to put in there with a big fuck you sign around their neck that says, you think you're going to skip my goddamn fights?
All right. The entrance to the hut is thrown open, and a Pictish warrior shambles out. But something seems wrong with him. He coughs up a bunch of dark fluid, and he like twists his neck weirdly, and he's like lurching and walking strangely. He's like stretching. He lets out sort of a bark, more of an animalistic bark than a sound a regular man would make. Even the wild Picts. You see all over his like body, his veins are bulging. Now, Apophis has encountered something like this once before.
But I don't see this because I'm in a pit.
That's a good question. He fell in a pit trap. Is it a pit, or is it like a short drop and enough to like with spikes to hurt you where you can easily get out?
It is a pit, and it would require a climb to get out.
Oh, well, if I can attempt to get out, I figured I was injured like on a spike or something.
Yeah, you did skewer your leg a little bit. 4 damage is no joke. Not enough to give you a proper wound, but it cut you and you're bleeding a bit.
Okay. I'm going to try and climb out.
Okay. Don't get a complication now. You'll fall back on the spikes.
Double 20.
Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't even roll without assistance.
You call out for help. You're like, ow, I need help.
No, I just say again, you primates, where are you? I've fallen into a pit.
Okay.
Is Mr. Lurch heading over towards the pit?
Yes, he's moving towards the pit, towards the sound of the shouting.
All right.
Should we, I whisper to Julius, should we follow it and try to ambush it when it gets to the pit?
Julius does whisper back. We can probably get it before then. With its attention there, we should have an easy time striking. And hopefully, overwhelming force is the word of the day.
Very well. I take the noose as I'll try to hold it still. You shoot the crap out of it.
Yes, give me one moment to line up this shot. So yeah, we're going to try and take a shot from it. I obviously don't know how far exactly everything is, but I imagine he's not further than medium range from us.
So imagine there's a bunch of buildings that surround the central details of the well and the altar. He's moving from one building across the way to another building across the open round plaza. So you could be like behind the well or something. You could pop out and take a shot.
Okay.
I will try to noose it, and he will try to shoot it.
Yes. What is the difficulty from where we are?
During the day, and it's not dark, just he's at like if you time it right, he's at close range.
Okay.
Okay. So 1 difficulty.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So I'll try to get him with the noose.
All right. You want me to take the shot first, and then you do some more?
I figured I was gonna try to hold him still for you.
I don't know if it actually does anything.
Yeah, but like, you know, thought process kind of way. I don't know.
I get you.
I hit him. The 8 is a success. So I catch him with the noose.
Yep.
So I have D2, but let's see. What gives a plus on damage for a ranged attack, or is brawn still the thing that happens? Is just thrown?
It's
I think it is your range attack in this case.
observation.
Oh,
or awareness, I mean.
It's
Yeah,
awareness.
Yeah.
Okay, so with an 8, I'm assuming I don't have a bonus of anything.
Nah, you need a 9 for awareness to give you a +1.
Yes.
Okay.
It's still good though.
So I get an effect, which
Yeah.
is the grapple and unforgiving and that stuff, but I think I had to set up unforgiving, so that doesn't happen.
Correct.
So
But he is grappled, which means he can't move beyond the range of your rope.
Perfect.
Which
So
is
I got-
great.
I got him! Take him out!
And he can't have an action until he's used his minor action to break free.
Right. Okay. Sort of awesome. Let me just double check volley. So with volley, I just say I'm going to expend a load instead of a shot. A load of ammunition can be spent to perform volley, adding a bonus d20 to the attack check, +1 to the weapon damage.
Yep.
Okay. Cool, okay. You can only use 1 load at a time, that's correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Just double checking for everything. We want to make this count. I want to make this count. I'm going to flip. I'm going to burn 3 momentum. No, I only need to burn 2 momentum. I'm going to burn 2 momentum. And I'm going to be using my minor action to aim, so I add an additional momentum to the damage for this. And going to roll 5 die. Let's see what happens. I believe. Not too bad. So yes, this definitely hits. I believe it hits. Right?
Difficulty 1.
Yes, okay. So we
It's
have
successes, right?
yeah, we have a glut. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
Holy shit. So what's that? 6 momentum generated right away? You have to spend some of that immediately or it'll be lost.
No problem. Can I add, so you add 2 to the pot, no, 3 to the pot, and they'll have 3 left over. Can I use that 3 just for pure damage?
Yep. So 3
Plus
extra
the one
damage.
From, yeah, plus the 1 from aiming, so it's 4 extra damage. Now I'm going to actually roll the damage. And that is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Oh no, wait, plus 1 more, I think. Yeah, wait, I get plus 1 more because the volley added a +1. So in actuality, it's 2 effects, but I get to re-roll 3 of those die, and I'm gonna because we got 3 blanks.
Yeah.
So let's do so.
That roll could have been better.
It could have been. So 1, 2, 3, 4 damage plus 4 damage is 8. So there, 8 damage. That's it all.
All right. You lay into the creature with a really good shot. You hit it in what you thought was a vital area.
What we thought.
See, I don't like the way that sentence is phrased.
All right. The creature's going to let out an unnerving roar as a reaction. Everybody within close range gets hit by 3 mental.
That's both of us. Hoo-hoo!
Am I in close range, or am I in the pit? Is that a different zone?
You're in a different zone.
Okay.
Real quick, I'm at 7 resolve out of my 8 resolve.
Yeah, don't worry. Its roar was kind of pathetic. He actually, got a little hair in his throat when he was about to roar and started coughing instead.
Oh, okay. Do I not gain the damage?
There was no damage.
He
okay.
rolled all zeros.
Gotcha. Okay. I'm sorry, I thought it was 3 damage automatically. My bad.
No, 3 CD.
And that wasn't even his action. That was his reaction.
It's a good reaction.
Okay, have all of you gone?
I
yeah,
haven't.
no.
It's really not much for me to do.
Right. Well, you
Fine.
didn't want to do anything, so you're still counting as done.
Yep.
Okay. So the creature lurches towards the building you're in, and he tears the door right off the hinges.
One moment. He is still bound by grapple.
Oh, that's right.
true.
Well, it's got a lot of rope. Are you going to draw it in tight so that he doesn't have anywhere to go, so that he can't get over there?
I am grappling him so that he cannot basically get away from me, which means I'm assuming he's going to turn around and come after me, but that's
Okay, so
my character's intent.
He moves to the extent of the rope, and then he's going to do
Well, he cannot move at all. So, when ensnared, he cannot move or take any action except acrobatics or athletics to break out.
Gotcha. All right, athletics then.
Yeah, it's always that logic versus game gap.
Yes. The game always attempts to give you at least a little bit of leeway.
Oh shit. Here, I'm gonna spend a doom.
Oh, come on.
I like it. I like it. Spend that doom.
I've got doom to spend.
That's how you do it.
Finally. All right. So one success.
right.
He athletically breaks free from the rope.
Wait. Can you spend Doom after you've already rolled?
Yeah. Actually, he doesn't break free, I don't think. Against an ensnared target, the difficulty of the exploit... wait, where is it?
Oh, it's the number of effects. How many effects did you have?
I think only 1.
Oh, okay. Then, yes, he breaks free.
Yeah, it was just enough.
That's right. It was 1 damage, 1 effect.
Yes.
So, yes, he breaks free, and he now has his minor and free actions left.
All right. So then his action is going to be to rip the door off, and he's done. What do you do?
So I see him standing in front of a pit, right?
Yeah. So he's opened up the door to this building here, and he's looking down into the pit. He's looking down at Apophis, hungrily. His eyes are bugged out. His veins are bulging.
I'm really considering shoulder checking him into the pit with all the spikes. But I also know Apophis is down there.
Boy, that would be an awkward place to fight.
I know.
Close quarters combat in a pit of spikes with a horrible mutant.
With a non-combatant.
Yeah.
As he cries for help.
I will move up behind him, and I'll try to take a swing at him. Or actually, does Julius want to shoot before I'm in melee range?
Yeah, if I can get another shot in. Luckily, I have all those Pictish arrows for another load. So yes. Minor action to aim. So I add the momentum to the thing. I'm going to again spend Well, I'm gonna just spend 2 momentum to get 2 more to the roll. Let's hope for some best again. Yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 success.
So you have 4 that you have to spend. Or 3 that you have to spend.
It's a lot of successes on a difficulty 1. Holy shit.
Yes, that's what happens when you exclusively build to shoot stuff. Yes. So, take that. Is it 3 you said? 3 extra momentum that has to be spent?
Yes.
Yeah, add that 3 plus the 1 to all damage, and let's roll those 5 bones again. No, 6 bones this time. Because I did the volley. Let's have some damage this time. Alright, I'm gonna reroll just 1. Just a blank 1. Hey, look at that. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage total.
7 damage. Alright.
Yep. On top of the first, which was, I think, 7 damage.
Alright, he had 8, which means he's at 15. Alright. You lay into him and deliver his first wound. What was the hit location on that? Roll a hit location dice.
Oh, yes. My apologies.
I want to know what part of his body you wounded.
That would be his left arm.
Alright. You sever his left arm. Whack! He roars! Alright.
I will charge up behind it then, and I will.
Hang on.
Oh.
That was his special reaction roar. So,
not roar as in just the word, but the action. Got it.
everybody within close range suffers a stun. Dun dun dun.
Ugh, I'll pay a doom. I don't want to be stunned.
Okay.
I'll pay momentum.
You should not have to get hit by it. I think you're still far enough away.
No, because he ripped open the doors to the building, which means right in front of the pit.
Oh, okay. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Right at the pit.
Yes.
I can burn a momentum to not be stunned.
I thought we had to spend a doom always. Is it momentum?
Either.
Oh, okay, yes. I'm not giving you a doom. No, I'm gonna take a momentum. So that's 3 momentum gone, but worth it because getting stunned is absolute murder. I don't know if you read stun.
So- We do know that I haven't gone yet on my turn.
Oh well, you had the turn you didn't want to climb out. It then took its turn. Now it's our turns. It opened up the doors. Julius shot it. I haven't gone, and you haven't gone.
Okay.
It took its reaction. So, would you like to do something while in the pit?
You can see it now. It's looking down at you hungrily.
Yeah. Tell me what I need to do to make him go prone with enslave.
You want to make him go prone with enslave. What did I do with my notes on enslave?
I have them copied if you need them.
So is that a spell?
Yeah, spells are kind of complicated.
Say, I have not read any of the spell stuff.
Okay, so my synopsis says roll 2d20. You can also spend Doom, Momentum, or Fortune to get extra d20s up to the maximum of 5 dice. You can use an offering to gain an extra d20, but I doubt you want to spend your star medal on it. Star medal is actually worth an extra 2 d20 because it's a special ingredient. But you probably don't want to burn it on this.
I do not.
On a failed d20 roll, you gain a consequence, even if it's not a 19 or 20. And on a nat 20, you gain 2 consequences. Per die. Oof.
Wait, what?
Yeah, spellcasting, it's rough like that.
I know in the Conan universe, spellcasting is supposed to be, like, deadly if you fuck it up.
Yeah, your chances of getting 4 or even 5 consequences are definitely in the cards there.
Okay, but how much do I have to spend to get him to go prone?
All right, so you want to use a minor action first.
To do what?
That prevents you from suffering consequences on a 19 or 20. It makes it so it's just 20 that's bad.
Okay.
Let's see. You have to make eye contact, which you have. Otherwise, the difficulty goes up. You begin a struggle. It's your sorcery, difficulty 1, versus the most strong-willed target's discipline, D2. He's got Let's see. Discipline. Okay, so he's got a difficulty 2. He's rolling 2 dice, and he needs to get 7 or less.
Okay. I'm going to spend 1 fortune.
So he's not getting any successes. That makes your job easier.
I'm going to spend 1 fortune on this roll. Oh, and I rolled the wrong dice. No, damn it. Ignore that. I'm rolling again. There we go. And 3 successes.
All right, so your 3 successes beats his 0 successes. Okay, so it was difficulty 1. That means you just generated 2 momentum. And that's important, because in order to get an actual result, you need to spend momentum. All right, so let's see. To get him to perform a harmless act, like loan me some money, that doesn't cost anything. To bid a creature to continue for a turn doing something that it was going to do anyway, mindlessly, that costs 1. To make it do a risky maneuver, like go fight that dragon over there, that costs 2. To compel a creature to commit a bloody act, like slay your own friends or stab yourself, that costs 3.
So lay the fuck down is 2.
A risky act, yes, 2.
Okay, so spend
the 2 that you just generated.
Well, can I spend a fortune instead?
No, I think this definitely has to be momentum for this.
Okay.
There we go. We are down to 3 momentum then.
It's from like the momentum spend block of the spell in the book.
But I did spend a momentum, so that should be 2 there. Okay. Okay. So I command him to go prone.
All right. Do you want him to lay on the spikes or just lay on the ground in the doorway?
Yeah, fuck it. Dive onto the spikes.
All right. So he lays down into the spikes, and he's going to take the spike damage. Oh, 2 and an effect. All right. The effect does an additional 2 damage, so he takes 4 damage.
Huzzah. He's at 19. This guy's beefy.
Well, he's probably got soaked, too.
Perhaps.
Anything else on your turn?
And now I have him enslaved, like, for the rest of the scene, right? So I can continue having him do risky things.
Hang on.
Oh, really? That's not a one-time thing? It's,
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking.
Let's see.
Yeah,
he had...
Continuous makes that very interesting.
Yeah, he's got no health left. He's dead. He lands on the spikes hard, face first. They go through his head, and he stops moving.
Now will you please get me out of this pit?
The end of my rope gets thrown in there. I say, grab on, I'll pull you up.
Yeah, I'll gently take it off of the creature.
Well, hang on. You're still in the pit with the creature.
Yeah, let me loot it first.
Great minds think alike.
Oh.
All right. The Pictish warrior that is spiked on the pit. In his back, embedded in his back, is a piece of star metal, which has tainted him. You can see the blood poisoning has seeped all throughout his body, causing him to hulk out into the monstrosity that you see before you. But with a little tugging, you can rip that shard of star metal right out of his back and add it to your collection.
I don't want to rip it. That's gross. I'll take my knife and cut it out.
Okay. You harvest the star metal from this this hulking humanoid.
Yeah.
Wait, haven't you been scalping people this whole time?
I was gonna say.
He's got a scalp too. You can
Pict?
take his. He is a Pict. You can take his scalp.
Maybe I have this wrong, but scalping means to cut all the bits of the skin off around the head, as far around the ears as you can,
That's correct.
and then use your teeth to yank off the top, because otherwise there's no way to get your fingers underneath it.
Yeah, that's correct. And yes, I will also scalp it. So that brings me up to 5 scalps.
I think one of you wanted to investigate the altar as well. You'll find that the altar has ashes in it, but it doesn't have any remains.
Okay. If I wanted to know more about it, would that be a lore or observation?
Yeah, you could roll a lore. That would work.
Okay. I have a low lore, but what is the difficulty for it? 1 or 2? Or more?
Difficulty 2, I'd say.
Okay.
Because it's like a foreign cult that you'd be
we
knowing about.
We got momentum. I'm gonna burn 1.
Go
Give
ahead.
myself a 3rd die.
Also, it's almost I think 11 for me, 12 for you.
Yeah, I was about to wrap up here. Midnight's
Yeah.
usually my end goal, which is about 12 minutes from now.
Yeah.
I have 1 success and a
And a complication.
20. Yeah.
Okay, so you do know with your 1 success that this is a pit, like an altar to Yogg, and unfortunately the complication is that knowledge is terrifying and is going to cause resolve damage because you know that there's no remains here because they ate all of the people that were sacrificed on this altar.
All right. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
All right, so
right.
it does 2 points of resolve damage and leaves you stunned at the horror.
That makes complete sense.
That's a hell of a realization.
The wildfire on the horizon is damn threatening. That might be why they had abandoned this village. All except for this one blood-poisoned mad Pict.
Because I'm so horrified by this altar and what I've learned, I say to the other 2, I say, I'm going to destroy this altar. Does anyone have any problems with that?
First, I'm going to go over to the altar and just inspect it. Do I see anything valuable from a sorcery standpoint?
From a sorcery standpoint, so there are a number of skulls that make up the perimeter of the altar, but there does seem to be one skull in particular that seems to be of greater importance than the others.
Okay. What's going on with it?
Yeah, you have no idea. But if you want to take it, maybe it's got some importance.
Okay, I'll take the big skull.
All right.
Then I am going to try to basically rip up the altar and tip it over. With my insane athletics.
The altar is mostly made out of stone. Like it's a sort of about waist high stone circular pit that's got a bunch of ashes and wood timbers down in there.
I am physically heroic.
You're so strong. You just cave over the wall and collapse all the rocks down into the middle of it. Tear down all the poles and smash the skulls and all that. That's fine.
All right. I'll say because I have might and strong back, I was like, hey, this is the first time I get to lift something that would give me tons of dice. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, a lesser man would not have been able to break the mortar and push over these little stone walls, but you collapse it.
Julius gives you a little sign with his hands that you probably recognize as some kind of religious meaning. And he says, good work otherwise.
So I'm just putting on my character sheet 1 times mystery skull.
1 mystery skull. It's like a skull of Yogg. You might want to make a note that it is from an altar of Yogg.
Okay. Got it.
We should check the rest of the town and be careful for traps next time.
They took most of their belongings with them when they evacuated this place, thinking that the wildfire would take it. So you're not going to find much of value. You might find some simple things that they would have discarded, left behind, trash items. Maybe some food, maybe some water. That's likely. And from this village, it's a straight shot to the west in order to get to the crater. Is that your goal? Are you headed directly for the crater?
Yeah, we're going to head towards the crater.
All right. That'll be interesting. because the crater is actually like the entrance to the mega dungeon. Dun dun dun.
There was one
Alright.
more done than I like.
All right. Well, it was quite the adventure. You fought pigs. You fought Picts. You fought mutants. You fought the environment, the wildfire, the rain.
The man versus wilderness was quite intense in this game.
How do you feel about your first adventure, Kinderholf?
Oh, I like this game.
Yeah.
It was fun. It does have a few things that I can definitely tell take a little bit take a little bit of time for me to figure out.
Yeah, try sorcery, buddy.
Well, I would say because the way the sorcery works, seems to be a lot of steps.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
It's this, then this, then this, then this, then this.
I had to make a cheat sheet for myself and for him because his spells are that complicated. But he's only got 2 of them, so it's not that much to figure out.
I still can't wrap my head around that. That being said, XP.
All right. Boy, I really hate picking one person for the bonus XP, so I'm just going to give it to everybody. So everybody, for accomplishing so much tonight, gets 350 experience points.
Ooh, 350 total?
Yeah.
That puts me at 800. Can I spend?
No. Unfortunately, you're not supposed to spend XP unless you're doing carousing, so you can't do it during an adventure.
Just for a focus point?
Yeah. Sorry. Them's the rules. It makes a lot of sense because most of the things that you'd get are like really big, crazy talents that you need a RP explanation how you trained it up.
Mm-hmm. Even the lucky talents, which feels like they just kind of happen. It's luck.
I have 2 questions for you.
Uh-huh.
How do you get fortune points back? And how do you go about what manner does experience spend goes? Because there's no levels in this game, right?
There's no levels.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So to answer those 2 questions, so
wait,
at the beginning of a session, you get your starting fortune back. So if you start with 3, you get 3. If you start with 2, you get 2.
But if you have to get fortune added to you, you generate doom when you do it.
Yeah. So you have the option during every game, once per game, you can say, I'm going to do this skill test, but I'm just going to fail it. And by saying, I'm going to fail it, you generate 1 fortune for yourself and 1 doom for me. So that's just something you can do as an RP thing. Pick something you're bad at and fail miserably at it, and then like RP it, and you get the fortune for it. The mid-game fortune that I gave to everybody, you get that one. That's once per game. And then if you do something like exceptional, I'm supposed to give out a fortune as like a bonus fortune.
Gotcha.
Which I neglected to do this time tonight. Sorry about that. I should have done it. I don't know. Who would have gotten that?
That's the kind of thing I always forget when I'm running a game too.
I know, right? It's like the inspiration points in D&D. I almost always neglect them.
You've got a lot of things to keep on your mind while you're playing, so I understand completely.
Yeah.
Sometimes just reading the talents alone are enough to keep you busy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Good game, guys. I'm going to end the stream there.
I posted the EXP cheat sheet that I had written up a while ago.